are perfect, healthy, high-protein options for on-the-go or gifting. They're also a great addition to elevate your party or charcuterie spread. We offer customizable gift, whether pre-made or tailored to your needs, an ideal gift for friends, family.
Where to look.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grsof.com.
We'll fix it in a snap.
The furnace is free when you install an AC at Service Professor. BOGO is back for a limited time, 2 for the price of 1.
Service Professor, we'll fix it in a snap.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Sobey Company pregame show here on Michigan Sports Radio. My name is Bryce Sack, and I'm delighted to bring you tonight's game between the South Christian Sailors and the Portland Raiders for this first matchup of the playoff here in Michigan in the MHSAA Division IV playoffs. Following a brutal final stretch of the season, the Sailors enter the playoffs with a 5-4 record, their 10th consecutive season in the playoffs. They're going to face an undefeated Portland Raiders squad looking to make a run after a really dominant season. This Raider team has averaged 37 points in their margin of victories with 8 wins plus a forfeit. Sailors and Raiders have been on a crash course to play each other in the state finals the last 2 seasons, but Portland fell short in a 37-34 heartbreaker to Niles last year. It's the same team that South Christian lost to in the semis. South Christian is looking to bounce back after 2 losses to 2 of the area's top teams in a 42-14 loss to Unity in Week 8 and a 24-17 loss to Catholic Central in the season finale. We caught up with head coach Danny Brown a little bit earlier this week to talk about how the season ended and how they're preparing for the difficult matchup tonight. Coach Brown, Week 10, 0-0 the playoffs. Exciting stuff. Before we get to the playoffs, though, I want to talk about the last 2 weeks. You guys faced arguably 2 of the top teams in the area in Unity, Catholic Central. Obviously didn't get the results you wanted, but what did you learn about the team over the past 2 weeks against some of the top opponents?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the Unity game, we felt good about it to start, and then there was about a 3-minute window there where it kind of all spiraled out of control. And then, obviously I wouldn't say we held our ground, but we kept competing. I had an official come up to me after the game and said he was just impressed with how well our kids competed even after that. So I think that says a lot about the character of the team, that even when things aren't going their way, they're still showing up and playing. And then obviously last week was, we're down right there at the goal line before half, don't get it in, and inevitably we lose by a touchdown. So I thought the fact that we competed, we probably could have let it slip there, and we didn't. We stayed in the moment and gave ourselves a chance at the end, and didn't get the stop that we thought we were going to get. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like you said, one of the best teams in the area, and we were there, and we need to do a better job of executing in certain situations.
Yeah, definitely not a bad loss. So, all right, now looking ahead, we mentioned the playoffs here. Obviously, a little bit different. We're inside. You guys got done with some film and some lifting here. What's different about the start of the playoffs and you approach this week compared to the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think the big thing is it's a fresh start. It almost feels like the first day of practice. There's just a renewed sense of urgency, win or go home mentality. I think the kids understand, what they're up against, and they're one game away from being done, and they're one game away from advancing closer to their dreams. So I think it's a renewed sense of excitement. The beauty is we're both 0-0. The records don't matter, never have mattered in the playoffs, and we got an opportunity to go out and compete on Friday and make the most of our opportunity.
You just mentioned that teams are 0-0, but the team you're going to play, Portland, is 9-0, undefeated, really solid team. What is it on film with this opponent that you guys are maybe looking for without giving too much of the scheme away? What can you tell us about this opponent that you have Friday night?
Yeah, I think, we played them 2 years ago in the semifinals, and you see the same things. I think I didn't really realize how physical that game was after I rewatched it last night. But they're going to play the game the right way. Fundamentally, they do the right things. They get on blocks. They tackle well. And I think ultimately when you watch the film, it's the enthusiasm that they play the game with. I mean, they play hard. They're just a tough-nosed team. And I think that's the thing is you're never just going to walk into a team like that and beat them. I mean, you're going to have to beat them versus them, just rolling over. So, I mean, we're going to have to play a really good game. We're going to have to execute better than we've ever have. And obviously, we get that chance to prove that we can do that on Friday.
It's going to be fun. Like you said, new season starts Friday night. We're excited. Thanks, Coach.
You got it.
Portland has been a powerhouse over the last couple of years, and this season is no different as this Raider team loves to run the football. When they get the run game going, it opens up play-action pass. And we saw that last week in a couple big passes against Whitehall. Sailors' defense is going to have to stay disciplined as Caden Dickerson and Nolan Zibdowski are the workhorses for this offense. Portland defense is elite as well, giving up an average of 5.5 points a game. We learned earlier this week that 9 guys played both ways, that's led by a talented linebacking core. South Christian is going to have to get creative and get their talent out in space against this defense. The question will be Brody Schultz as he recovers from an ankle injury. We talked to the coaches prior to tonight, and they said Schultz will see the field. He'll be used in both sides of the ball in multiple ways. These two teams played 2 years ago in the state semis where South Christian won 21-6. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this for kickoff here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Having a hard time hearing tonight's game? Hi, I'm Brock Conkle from Michigan Sports Radio, and after putting it off for many years, I decided to contact Miracle Ear and get my hearing tested, and sure enough, had significant hearing loss. The friendly staff at Miracle Ear fitted me with hearing aids, and life is so much more enjoyable being able to hear the things that I've been missing. Go to miracle-ear.com to schedule your free hearing evaluation. There's a location near you.
For exceptional oral care from Grand Rapids to Reed City, trust the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. With 2 convenient locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, we make even complex procedures seem easy. Whether you need wisdom teeth removed, multiple tooth extractions, or a dental implant consultation, we offer flexible scheduling. Our team works seamlessly with your general dentist to provide safe and accessible care. Call us today at 616-361-7327 or visit GrandRapidsOralSurgery.com.
Get ahead of the holidays with Surf Fiber Fast Internet. Get all the speed you need, plus the perks you deserve, like free installation, free Wi-Fi, and so much more. Get Fiber Fast Internet today. Plans start as low as $30 a month with autopay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone, from a variety of handcrafted pizzas, along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50-plus TVs in each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to uccellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area. It's bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way.
Weingarts, everything
Alrighty, folks, welcome in and happy Halloween as we are coming to you live from Portland High School for the first matchup of this year's 2025 playoffs. Here, South Christian visits Portland High School. I'm joined tonight by Taylor Johnson as we are back in the booth. Coach, it's playoff time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to think that it could be a better night. Beautiful fall night, Halloween night, kind of fun. A lot of students are dressed up in costumes, but just it feels like that small town football, grass field. Got the sunset in the background. I mean, it's just going to be a great night for playoff football.
Perfect night indeed. 47 degrees, a little chilly, nice and warm up here in the press box, but perfect clear night for a wonderful evening of action. We're going to kick off this evening. South Christian will be kicking off the ball. They did win the toss and they deferred, so we'll get to see this high-powered Portland offense lead the way. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Family Fare. At Family Fare, any frozen pizza is buy two, get one free. Visit shopfamilyfare.com. Another note, too, is, hey, you looking to get your snowblower tuned up? Weingarts now will come to you to service all your outdoor lawn equipment needs. Visit weingarts.com for more detail. They service all of West Michigan. Alrighty, South Christian in their 10th consecutive playoff appearance this year after a 4-5 season against an absolutely brutal schedule. And now it doesn't even matter. Now it's playoff time. Throw the records out the window, and everyone gets to chase their dream to Ford Field. Hudson Kerstetter on for the kick. Back deep for the Raiders. Brady Rowe and Nolan Zibitowski. Sailors in their white uniforms, blue pants. Portland in their all maroon. Kick goes off and is fielded at the 5, close to the Portland sideline. Closest stepping out of bounds. No call as he gets brought down on that sideline, about the 24-yard line. So nice return, better coverage for the Sailors.
Yeah, I thought he could have stepped out possibly on the 5. Looked like the official wanted to make a call, decided he stayed in. But, Danny Brown and the Sailors, they worked on special teams 3 days this week. Last week we saw a lot of Catholic Central wedge kick returns that they really want to make a point of emphasis. So good start. That practice coming to pay to fruition right there. So now we just got to get off to a good start on the field with the defense.
We'll get to see this high-powered Portland offense led by number 4, Ethan Castle, senior quarterback. This is a veteran Portland team. Seniors all across the board. And this heavy running attack lined up now, I formation along that right hash, closest to the Portland sideline. Getting the signal is Castle from his man. Handoff now. Dickerson right up the middle where he's met by a host of Sailors. He's going to pick up 3.
Yeah, great tackle right there by the senior Cash and Vinsal. Come on, that's what they're going to have to do in this 4-4 defense with, Buter and Potter right there in the middle. Cashin and Winicky are going to have to clean things up just like that.
We talked to coaches a little bit earlier this week, and they've a couple adjustments maneuvering on that defensive side. Guys coming back from some injuries and full force on the defensive front tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is having Winicky back healthy is definitely going to be a key thing. Clump back healthy. So you need those key guys out there at a time like this.
2nd down and 7 now. Tight set for Portland. Flag on the field. It's going to be on the Raiders. Legal substitution. I think that's what that was. And that was, it was on the Sailors. Portland took a couple steps back, and instead it's going to go on South Christian. It's going to set up a 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, Bryce. It was kind of hard to tell the substitutions right there. I didn't see anybody come out there late, but, that's what they called.
So that's going to set up a 2nd and short now. His toss sweep to the left is Dickerson as he finds his hole over that left tackle. More than enough for the first down as he gets up to the 40 right in the middle of the field. First down Raiders.
Yeah, Mark DeYoung on the safety spot in there on the tackle. And, those are the silly mistakes that Danny Brown and the defense wants to stay away from here tonight. The Sailors have had some costly penalties that have bothered them on drives. The key tonight, talking to Coach Brinken and Coach Burgess, they really want to keep them to 2-3 yard plays. And when you give them 5 yards like that, it makes the first down a whole lot easier.
Dickerson got some momentum on that sweep as now he's back lined up a couple yards, almost a fullback position behind Castle. Handoff, fullback dive with the middle, and he's met by Sailors. A gain of maybe 1, but really nice defense pursuit by that Sailor defensive line.
Yeah, Benjamin Buter right there, the senior, big fella in the middle. He just was able to shave that guard right there and make a stop, and that's what they need to do. We're going to see a lot of fullback dives. We're going to see a lot of tosses, some jet sweeps, and, you know, the defensive line's going to have to be great tonight.
Like, one of the stories of the season is that defensive line. They've been outstanding really as the season has gone on, getting better with that 4-man, really 6-man, sometimes rotation. All right, 2nd and 9. 9:55 to go. Sweep from the wing back, left side to the right side. He's met by a Sailor. Gain of 1 here. Another great bit of defense. That was Trevor Smith on the carry.
Yeah, Kai Hunterman with a big tackle right there. And Kai's done a really good job since he's moved up to varsity full-time. Played running back on JV, but they really like him on the defensive side here on the varsity level. And then just to have another young guy to put along Van Salkamot, put along Winnicky, it just really stands out.
It's a unique offense. We were talking to Zach Brinkert earlier this week. You were at a call with him, and yeah, it looks sometimes like an I formation, sometimes like a V, or sometimes like a flex bonus. They're going to run a screen pass out to that right side. That's Sanborn as he makes a move, breaks a tackle, and gets his way across the 50 for a first down.
Yeah, key note here for our listeners at home, the Sailors have not played on grass all year. Every single game has been on turf for us this season. The only team who has grass field is West Catholic, and we hosted them this year. So right there was the first sign of struggle right there. Mark DeYoung just kind of slipped in the grass on that bubble screen. Portland does not pass the ball a lot, but anytime you're in open space and you're not used to that turf, it can definitely make a difference.
It's a fascinating fact. I did not even think about that. Really nice field here, which you are right, it is grass. It gets a little cooler and darker, maybe a little more moist. So it's going to be 1st and 10, 8:39 to go for the Raiders as they're moving. Lined up at the right hash on the 50-yard line. Everyone in tight as they run a fake pitch. No, they're going to sweep to that right side along that right edge. That was Brady Rowe, but even better pursuit by Brody. Schultz is in the game at that cornerback safety position.
Yeah, Schultz was able to clean it up. Blackport also playing both sides tonight. He's a guy he'll talk a lot about on offense. He's playing kind of the D-end, off-slot linebacker position right there, and he was able to kind of stay home. And that was a key play for the Sailors. They can't let those guys get to the edge.
A lot of creativity and misdirection as the Raiders faked a toss to the left and instead handed it off. Ball went right. So now 2nd and 10 here. Castle rolls to his left. He's looking deep across the middle. That ball's tipped and almost picked off, just out of the hands and the reach of his receiver, and ball hit the dirt before. That was Noah Klump in almost to make the pick.
Yeah, good play by Klump. Hunterman also out there trying to make a play, and you can see another guy slip for the Sailor defense. But, you know, Portland, you're not going to see a whole lot of that tonight. The rollout pass right there, they definitely want to give the quarterback time. One thing that they have had success with is the big play. They've had a lot of big play on their pass attempts, but their bread and butter definitely is that inside run. So the Sailors got to make sure that they stay home for both.
3rd and 11 now. What would feel like an obvious pass down as they have 2 wide. Raiders on that right hash, 2 to the wide side, left side of the field. As Castle drops back to pass, pressure comes, throws across the middle, deep pass just out of the outreached arms again. That ball sailed just a bit high over Brady Rowe, the intended target. Incomplete pass, Sailors with the stop.
Yeah, good pass by the senior. Castle felt like it definitely hit his hands, had an opportunity. Mark DeYoung right there on the coverage as well, and this should set up an opportunity for a punt and the Sailors to get decent field position going here on offense.
A couple nice first downs for the Raiders in that drive. Sailors able to answer the bell. A couple deep shots in the last 2 plays for Portland. Not going to come up with nothing. They're going to punt. 4th and 11. Sky ball punt sails across the field, bounces at the 10, and that's where it dies on this grass. And that's where South Christian will get the ball here. Hey, this first quarter is brought to you by Dutton Christian School. Dutton Christian School, their mission is clear: to nurture the heart of biblical truth, equip the mind through academic excellence, and impact the world for Christ. From classrooms to chapels, from athletics to music, from robotics to outdoor education, every lesson points students towards God's Word. Discover a school where faith and learning come together. All right, Taylor, we're going to get to see Austin Burgess now in the game at quarterback. He had a nice game last week. He'll get the opportunity to start off this postseason run here tonight.
Yeah, Schultz had an ankle injury. He'll be playing tonight, but they'll be moving him around a little bit, and Burgess will start at quarterback.
Now Burgess with 4 wide receivers. South Christian on the 10-yard line. Speed option. Burgess with the keeper along that left side. He's met by the Raiders for a loss of 1. Nowhere to go on that speed option.
Yeah, good tackle right there by Palma. You know, he just kind of missed his gap on that left side. You know, they were trying to push him out and just kind of got bounced inside a little bit. Had possibly an option toss right there, but really good play by shutting that block on the inside and plugging that gap.
This defense, if you missed it in the Sobey Company pregame show, has held their opponents to average of 5.5 points a game. So we'll see what the South Christian Sailors can come out with. As Vandergrind lined up in the backfield, goes to that left side. Now we're going to see 5 wide for the Sailors. He goes back in motion as Vandergrind. Quick screen pass to Burgess on that right side. Burgess gets popped for a gain of maybe 1 or 2. He's going to set up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I think that was Schultz there on the reception right there, number 1 for the Sailors. Kind of a quick pass from Burgess, and that's something that they're going to have to do to get Austin that confidence going in the pass game where they can get those quick passes to hopefully pick up a little more yards than that. Tough 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 7 coming up. 6.5 minutes to go in this first quarter of this district semifinal here from Portland. Vandergrind shuffles out in motion to his left from that running back position. Burgess looks deep to a nice post route to Owen Burgess. Pass completed across the 30, down to the 34. How about that for a nice pitch and catch? Burgess to Burgess, 18-yard completion, 1st down Sailors.
Yeah, great protection right there on the offensive line, and good ball from Austin Burgess right there, hitting Owen Burgess on that post route with a big 3rd down completion.
I'll tell you, Taylor, that was one of the better throws we've seen, just on time, big strike to his star receiver for the 1st down. All right, just under 6 minutes now to go. 1st and 10 from the 33, South Christian. Speed sweep, no keeper to Burgess up the middle. Gain of maybe 1, not quite.
Yeah, big tackle by 78 Bauer right there, the junior on the defensive side for Portland. But, you know, the Sailors, they love to run with the quarterback. Austin's going to have to find that success, hit the open gap, be able to pick up some yards. It's only going to make the passing game much easier for him.
That was a key piece of focus for South Christian's offensive staff, is getting their guys in space, letting their talented athletes on the outside make something happen. All right, 5:19. Sailors lined up on that left hash. 2nd and 9 as Rock goes in motion from the short side. Speed option now with Rock as they pitch it off to him. Nice move by Easton Rock now as he stumbles across the 40. Keeps his body moving forward across the 40 to the 40.5. No, that one's marked back at the 40. 7-yard pickup for Easton.
Yeah, and that's the guy they got to get involved. They got to get Easton Rock involved. He's a big play waiting to happen. You know, they'll move him around. They'll try to run some bubble screens, but that was a good option play right there, and good read by Burgess hitting Easton Rock get right in stride.
3rd and 3, ball at the 40-yard line, 4:43 to go. 4 wide, and a tight end slot back is play action pass, or excuse me, option read. Burgess with the keeper up the middle gets stuffed. Sailors nowhere to go up the middle against that defense. Set up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, this is going to be a big call right here, Bryce, for Coach Brown and the staff. You know, they're kind of in the in-between area right now. It's not a no-brainer whether to go for it or punt. And that's the good thing about having Austin is he can do both. So we'll see what they decide to do here.
Burgess now lined up in punt formation. Sometimes he'll set up in shotgun and take a couple steps back. This time he's very clearly in punt formation. Takes the snap, and he is going to kick that one away. Deep to return is Brady Rowe. As that ball hits the turf at the 15 and bounces, or excuse me, the 25, bounces down to the 20, where that one's fielded at about the 19-yard line. That's where this Portland Raider offense will set up shop. Hey, Educators is the world leader in high school study abroad programs, bringing hundreds of international students right here to Michigan every year. Educators makes global education possible right here at home. For more information on becoming a host family, visit educatius.com, educatus.com. All right, a couple stops for both defenses. as Portland comes back on the field. 3:48 to go in this first quarter. It's a beautiful night here in Portland, Michigan. Castle with the handoff to Dickerson. Up the middle, Dickerson takes a couple of hits, spins through the contact as he pushes forward for about 8 yards. Hard run by Caden Dickerson, the senior.
And that's kind of their guy right there, Dickerson, number 2. They love him in the fullback position. He was hurt 2 years ago when we played him. He was a sophomore, and now he's back healthy, and you can tell why. He's a big, strong kid and definitely attacks those gaps.
2nd and 2 now, ball on the 27-yard line. Raiders set up right in the middle of the field. They have 2 running backs behind. Handoff, fullback dive up the middle this time. That's more than enough for the first down as he works over that center guard. That was 44, Brad Myers, excuse me.
Yeah, Jack Weiss in there on the tackle, but, you know, the defensive line, they got to get more push up front, and they can't let them get back all the way to the safeties. The defensive line and the linebackers have to be able to stop this run. Anytime they get back into our free safeties, it's going to be trouble for the Sailors.
Fresh set of downs for Portland. 1st and 10, 2:48 to go. Couple tight ends close, one receiver wide to the left. Handoff now, Castle to Dickerson up the middle. He's met by a stonewall defensive line as they were right there to make a tackle. Gain of a couple inches, but not much more.
Yeah, good job by Blackport, the freshman, getting in there, Winnicky as well, and that's what they need to do. This defensive line, they have to be able to control that line of scrimmage, keep them in these long possessions, make them pass the ball.
2nd and 9 now, 2:17 to go in this first quarter. A battle so far in this first week of the playoff matchup here. All right, sweep now, Dickerson over that left side, that left tackle. He gets popped but keeps moving forward as he stumbles out of the tackle and gets brought down at about the 38.5-yard line.
Yeah, good read by the senior Winnicky right there, getting up and then making the tackle, and now they can see that they've made some substitutions, get some fresh bodies in there right now for this big 3rd down. You got to think Portland's going to try to run the ball outside here, Bryce.
See what they do here. The playbook's pretty much open on this 3rd and 7. I tell you what, we've seen some big hits, some hard running by Dickerson, and Sailors defense answering the bell as the pads are popping here. All right, Castle now drops back, looks for a quick slant route to the right side, gets his man. That was Max Sanborn, number 3. Nice pitch and catch, 1st down Raiders.
Yeah, just got right inside Ben Jackson, and just a great pass for a 15-yard gain right there. And that's what, you know, if Portland's able to do that, they're going to have a lot of success on offense because that's not their strong suit. They don't really want to pass, but, man, that was really well executed and a really good ball thrown by the quarterback right there.
Castle had a couple misses in that first drive. There he's able to pick up that completion. 2 completions for Castle so far in this game. 1st and 10, a minute to go in this first quarter now. Handoff to the sweeping tight end as he turns the corner. Met by host of Sailors, Nolan Zibitowski. Senior gets his first carry of the night.
Yeah, good tackle by Benjamin Buter right there. That's what they just got to continue to control that line of scrimmage, hold them these 2-yard runs, 3-yard runs, get them in obvious passing attacks right there. But the Sailors, they got to stay strong. This is going to be kind of a similar game to EGR. Portland wants to use a lot of clock and kind of grind you out.
30 seconds to go and ticking. 2nd and 8. I formation for Castle. Handoff to Dickerson. Sidesteps up the middle on that right hash. Brought down at the 42.
Yeah, Ben Salkema in there again on the tackle right there. And he kind of got enough to kind of put it in good situation. I think that'll probably be the last play of the quarter, though, Bryce.
That'll do it in a quick first quarter here from Portland High School. 0-0 is your score. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
I wanted to be a teacher since I was in preschool. As a teacher, I know that I am called to not only make an impact on the students that I teach, but to help them come up with creative solutions to be change agents themselves that Calvin has instilled in me to be an agent of renewal in this world. And how can they help be a problem solver? How can they creatively come up with solutions to better not only the space that they are involved in, but the space that others are involved in as well?
All right, 0-0 is your score. This as we start the second quarter of action here from Portland High School. 9-0 Portland Raiders taking on the 4-5 South Christian Sailors. Sailors travel about 35, 40 minutes east for tonight's action. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on Michigan Sports Radio. All right, 3rd and 5. Ball on the 42-yard line, right hash, as new quarterback comes in the game. That's Brady Rowe as he takes the snap and works his way along the outside, turns the corner up that sideline out of the 25-yard line where he's brought down at the 24. And a little bit of a surprise, and this felt like almost like a wildcat, as Brady Rowe comes in the game at quarterback and picks up 17 yards for a first down.
Senior Brady Rowe comes in right there, and you can tell, like, kind of more of a speed runner right there, but he is listed as quarterback, and they're both seniors, so you can see why he definitely brings a different look for the Portland offense.
Back now, quarterback is Castle. Ethan Castle, high formation, now handoff to Dickerson up the middle, open lane on that right side. He picks up 9, nice run by Dickerson, as the Raiders now with some momentum into South Christian territory.
Yeah, good tackle by Jack Weiss right there. Kind of really held his leg to bring him down, but another good, powerful run by Dickerson. And we've called Dickerson's name a lot here already. You feel like he's kind of that guy, but this also kind of just reminds you of other games that South have played. You know, strong running attack, and they just kind of grind you out. The Sailors got to find a way to get off the field on defense.
2nd and 2 now. Ball on the 16-yard line. Raiders in Sailor territory. Handoff back to Dickerson, and that's that defense you were talking about right there. Is he is able to push ahead for the first down, but thought the Sailors were able to get in on pursuit.
Yeah,
much better.
Good job right there by Buter. Again, we've called his name a couple times, and he's doing a really good job trying to get off that guard, get off that center, and really take away that fullback dive right there. But it looks like we're going to have a first down here for Portland. The Sailors got to dig deep, try to hold him to a field goal.
We just saw here Castle high-fiving his guys, and I think this is exactly the game plan that Portland wants to see. Like you mentioned, Taylor, milking some clock, using all of that clock, getting the run game going, a couple of play-action passes. That's the recipe for success for this team. Sailors, though, need to make a stop. Another first down, 1st and 10 from the 14. 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Fullback dive up the middle is Myers again. He picks up 4.
Couple substitutions right now for the Sailors. Get a couple different guys in, but you got to think, even here on the 10, Portland's going to want to try to continue to use the clock. Expect maybe a jet sweep right here, maybe a toss. They've gone inside twice, maybe now get back to the outside.
They've really used their tight ends. Myers, they've used the speedster Rowe on a couple sweeps already in this game. But instead, they're going to go up the middle to Dickerson. A nice submarine tackle. That was Benjamin Buter beating his man and getting under.
He's having a day right now, and that's what you need these seniors to do, man. You need these guys to step up, and Benjamin Buter, he's having himself a day, doing a great job, get low, get exactly where he needs to be to plug that gap, which is going to bring up a big third down here for the Sailor defense.
Another third down, as you mentioned, for Portland. Just under 10 minutes to go. Similar formation we've seen all night long. I formation set. Wing back position to the right. Sweep now to Dickerson on that right side. South Christian meets him there. He picks up. Boy, that's close, Taylor. Picks up close to the first down.
Looks like they're going to mark him short. Great tackle by 22, Cashin Van Salkema, just laying it out right there to pull him down. Looks like he's going to be a good yard and a half short. I expect Portland to go for it in this type of game, this type of situation. Not sure what their kicking game is, Bryce, but this is an aggressive running offense, and when they only have a yard or two to go, you know they're going to be aggressive right here on the run.
Big play here now. 4th and 2 from the 6-yard line. QB sneaked the whole way, and Castle's got more than enough pushes. He actually pushes his way into the end zone. And I don't know if that one surprised the Sailors, but that was more than enough for a touchdown. Ethan Castle in for 6.
Yeah, he didn't even need the tush push on that one, Bryce. I mean, he took that snap and he went, and I definitely think it did surprise the Sailors. That's something that the Portland has not shown this game. And that was the time to do it, and Castle's a big, strong kid and was able just to kind of walk into the end zone right there.
First score of the game, Ethan Castle, really nice drive. As Portland got the ball from the 20 and drove all the way down the field for the first touchdown of this game. On for the kick now is Leo Wagner, the senior. He puts it up and in. 7-0 is your score. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Kellermeyer Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Providing quality, reliable service since 1996.
All right, folks, 7-0 is your score. Portland on the board early here as they go 81 yards on a 12-play drive. Took 6 minutes and 48 seconds to give the Portland Raiders a 7-0 lead. That drive capped off by an Ethan Castle 6-yard QB sneak touchdown run.
Good drive right there by Portland. Like we're going to talk about tonight, the Sailors got to find a way to get shorter drives. They got to get their defense off the field. I mean, we're halfway in, almost into the second quarter. We've had one possession on offense. It's not going to be enough possessions. They got to play the possession game, get more possessions than Portland to really have an opportunity to win tonight.
That's a really good point. Every drive matters here for South Christian, and we'll see what they can do on this one. Leo Wagner on for the kickoff. Nice line drive kick fielded by Easton Rock at the 5. He goes up the middle to the left side. He's got a lane. He's got a hole across the 40 to the 50. He's got one man to beat. Turn the corner on Wagner, and he can't, the kicker, but gets knocked out of bounds at the tough to see where that one is out of bounds, but a great return for Easton Rock.
Yeah.
Rock.
Great job by the offensive side right there, the kick return game. Special teams, we talked about it. It's something that they practiced on all week. Create a really good gap, and I tell you, when you got a kid like Easton Rock, I mean, he's got the speed. You just got to give him the hole, and if it wasn't for the sideline, he probably would have been able to take that one all the way.
Couldn't quite beat his man, but still. Late flag came on the field, or maybe not necessarily a flag, but a sideline warning there. So instead, no impact to the Sailors, as they will still get the ball at the 46-yard line to start this drive. And we've seen a lot through this season. Easton Rock been the playmaker. When they couldn't really get anything going, finding him in space, some sweeps, some screens, some quick passes, he's been the answer.
Yeah, he's been a game changer for sure. And, you know, he's just the one guy on the team that can really just provide a different type of edge and burst for the Sailors right there, as he did right there. And it was a really good return. It looks like we have a little confusion from the referees about where they're going to spot the ball. And, again, it was on the far side of the field, so it was kind of hard for us to tell where he marked him out of bounds. But either way, the Sailors are going to have pretty good field position, and they got to be able to stay within that one score. Can't give Portland the ball back right here. They got to find a way to go down, march down, and score, and take also some clock as well.
See what South Christian can do now. It's still some confusion. Not really sure what's going on. Danny Brown's going to work on the refs on that sideline as we look to reset a little bit now here. All right, 1st and 10 as we've got organized. South Christian from the Portland 46. Ball lined up the left hash. 8:52 to go in the second quarter. Sailors down 7. 4 wide. Forrest Burgess. So he has Vandegreen in the backfield. Quick comeback route to Rock. Gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Austin's got to be smarter on that one right there. I mean, really, that defensive line really knew he was passing the whole way, and they were just able to jump up. And Austin, with that lower release, he's got to really watch that. Those defensive line made a really good play to knock that ball. And anytime you have a tip ball, interception becomes, in play right away.
We talked to Copeland earlier this week. Portland runs about kind of a 5-2 defense here. 3 defensive linemen down, 2 standing ends. Now they're going to look for a quick slant route to Vermas, and that one hit him right in the chest. He dropped that ball, as that would have been a nice pickup there, setting up a short 3rd down.
It felt like Charlie Vermas caught that ball, and as he turned to kind of make a move, he just kind of dropped it. It actually possibly could have even been a fumble. He had it seemed like for a little bit, but fortunately it's just an incomplete pass. He's got to put that one away and try to make the next play.
Nice pass from Burgess, and instead it's going to be 3rd and 10, 8:46 to go. Sailors send Rock in motion from the short side to the wide side. Slant route now to Owen Burgess. Nice pitch and catch as he gets across the 35. More than enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, big play right there. And they passed all 3 attempts right there. Obviously didn't have success on the first 2. A good job by Austin, 13-yard completion. Owen Burgess, go to your money guy right there. Go to Owen Burgess. They cleared Easton Rock from the far side, got him that one-on-one coverage, and that's what they got to do all night. Get him on a single coverage.
Sailors now big 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 33. 8:23 to go. Speed option to the left. Pitches it to Vandegreen. He's got a lane on that sideline. Breaks a couple tackles. Late flag comes in, but Vandegreen gets his way all the way down to the 15-yard line. Enough for a 1st down, but some dirty laundry on the field may bring this one back.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a holding call possibly on Owen Burgess, the wide receiver. And this one's definitely going to come back. Unfortunate situation right there. It was a pretty good option read, pretty good timing, first time we've seen Jesse Vandegreen, and he's got to be involved in this offense. He's a great offensive talent. He's a really good running back. He's got good speed, and then you get him on the edge, good things can happen. But this is really going to put the Sailors all the way back to kind of a 1st and 20 situation.
Yeah, disappointing holding call is Vandegreen, the young sophomore. He's been a speedster and a lightning rod all season for South Christian. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 20 now with that penalty. Burgess sends Rock in motion again. Burgess up the middle on the keeper. He gets ahead to about the 40, picks up 3.
Yeah, another option read right there for Austin. Had Rock coming across his face, decides to keep it. Maybe picked up a couple yards right there, but they're going to have to pass. They're going to be an obvious passing situation right here, and they got to try to get at least 10 yards to make that 3rd down, able to convert on that 3rd down.
Portland has an absolute beast at that nose tackle position, so no surprise South Christian has not been able to have a lot of success. Burgess now deep wheel route to Vandegreen. He goes up and brings it down. What a catch. Jesse Vandegreen went up and got it. At a 50-50 jump ball over Zibitowski. 16-yard pickup as Austin Burgess gave his man a chance.
Just an unbelievable play by Jesse Vandegreen right there. They had 2 receivers kind of going out, one with a hitch route, one with a post, and Vandegreen went out on that wheel route, and Austin really just kind of threw it up for grabs on that sideline. Actually, the defensive back had opportunity to make a play, and that's just Jesse going out and making a play, and that's what they really need to do. Any opportunity they can, the Sailors got to be successful on those, and that is a huge 1st down pickup.
Massive 1st down pickup indeed. All right, 1st and 10, 7:26 to go now. Sailors flirting with enemy territory. Brody Schiltz now in at quarterback. He takes the snap, works along the right side. Great pursuit by the Portland defense. He tried to get away and couldn't. Brought down eventually by Carter White.
And that's what they were going to see a little bit tonight as we kind of get closer to the end zone, kind of a goal line, wildcat option with Brody Schiltz at the quarterback. Looks like Burgess is going to come back in on the 2nd down, but we should see Brody kind of in those situations. He's probably the better of the running quarterbacks, but again, with that ankle, I'm just not quite sure how healthy he is and how much trust they're going to put into him.
Didn't play at all last week against Catholic Central. Getting some action here again tonight. All right, 2nd and 8 now. Burgess drops back to pass. Tries to find a pocket in the zone. Can't. Rolls to his right. Gets pushed out of bounds. We'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, good coverage right there by Portland. Just didn't have a great option. Decided he's better off kind of running that one. And another big third down coming up here for the Sailors.
South Christian had only 2 wide receivers out on that last play. So not a lot of options for Burgess as they tried to surprise this Raider defense. No gain on that run play. 3rd and 8, 6:35 to go. 5 wide now for South Christian. And for Burgess as he gets the snack, drops back, looks left, steps up in the pocket, has to roll to his right. He does. Low pass. I think that was a catch right on the 1-yard line.
I think it was, Bryce. I think it was a catch right there by Brody Schultz. It looks like even though he was on the ground, it doesn't look like from here the ball hit the ground at all. And that's another big yard gain right there for the Sailors.
How about that? Nice pass, 17-yard completion to Brody Schultz.
And good job by Austin staying calm in the pocket right there. Had a lot of pressure in his face, was able to step up and make a play.
Yeah, really nice play indeed. All right, 1st down and goal, ball on the 2-yard line. Sailors with the scoring opportunity here. Schultz now takes the direct snap up that left side. He powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown, South Christian.
There's that Wildcat right there, and that's kind of what we talked about. We're expecting to see a lot of Brody Schultz on the QB draws right there, especially when they get in the red zone. Big response right there for the Sailors. Should tie the game up here with that extra point.
Yeah, really nice drive, really nice answer, largely in part thanks to Easton Rock on the big return. Sailors able to bounce back from a penalty and get that ball in the end zone. It's a really nice drive and really nice answer for South Christian as Kerstetter now on for the PAT. Snap, the hold, the kick, it's up. And that one's good. 7-7 is your score. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Car Center is an automotive collision repair company with multiple shops throughout West Michigan.
Our goal is simple, to bring hospitality to the collision repair industry.
You can find us online at carcentermi.com to find the location nearest to you. Because at Car Center, fixing cars is our job.
But helping people, that's our business.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Seven is your score. South Christian with the big answer. An 8-play, 46-yard drive. Took 2 minutes, 41 seconds the clock. Capped off by a Schultz 2-yard touchdown run where the Sailors able to even this one up.
Just a great response right there from the offense. A couple really great plays by the receivers. Jesse Vanegren with the big jump ball catch. And even right there, Brody Schultz had a big catch before running in for the touchdown. So that's exactly what the Sailors needed. They tie the game up. Now the defense has to find a way to try to get a stop.
2:11 to go. Kirkstetter on for the kick. Rowe back deep. He backpedals, catches that one at the 5, shows him motion. He's going to keep it. So he tries to go on that left side up the middle of the field, and there's nowhere to go. There's excellent coverage by South Christian. A little bit of deception attempted there by Portland, and South Christian didn't take the bait. Nice tackle.
Yeah, how about the JV pull-up right there? Ethan Smith, I'm sure that's his first varsity tackle right there. Just got pulled up for JV for the playoffs. Got on the kickoff team, goes down and makes a really nice tackle.
Nice tackle at the 15-yard line, and that's where Portland will set up this drive. Mind you, their last drive, they did go 81 yards for a touchdown. The opportunity to do that here. I formation again for Castle. Castle, handoff to Dickerson. Dickerson tries to work that left side, pushes ahead for maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, it looks like he was tripped up in the backfield by Noah Klump. And, you know, we've said Noah Klump's name a lot this year. The senior, you know, he's a passionate player. He brings a lot of energy. He's definitely one of the leaders of this defense. But he plays that, you know, that free safety position. And when he's able to get in the backfield, good things happen.
I'll tell you what, there's something refreshing just about seeing the I formation again. We just don't see it much, and I am loving it right now as Castle gives it back to Dickerson on the right side. He lowers his shoulder, big hit, but the tackle was still made. Was that Blackport? Yes, it was.
Yeah, I don't know who tackled who on that. Looks like
oh, no, it was Mark DeYoung.
Yeah, it looks like Mark DeYoung will come out and Jack Weiss will come in. Hey, at least he was able to bring him down. But, man, number 2 on Portland right there, he brought the heat right there, Dickerson. He is strong, and he runs hard. When he lowers that shoulder, you better watch out, and you better get lower than he does.
I mentioned in the first quarter, folks, pads are popping here in Portland, and largely thanks to Caden Dickerson. All right, 3rd and 4, 4:50 to go. Handoff, fullback dive up the middle. No play action pass. Deep post route to Zibitowski as he beats his man Weiss. He's got nothing but daylight in the end zone. Nice touchdown catch. Nolan Zibikowski, 79-yard touchdown catch. Touchdown Raiders.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It was a great play fake. It even got you a little bit, Bryce, on that one. But Jack Weiss just kind of got beat on the backside, and, man, number 20 right there, Zibitowski, he is fast. It was a great ball, let him in stride, and he was able to take it away. And, Mark DeYoung just came out, and Jack just came in, and that's a frustrating thing because, you get in there, you want to make that play. You just can't let those guys get behind you. You got to keep them in front, and it was a great play called by Portland, even better execution.
Yeah, it really was. Really nice ball by Castle as well. Wagner on for the point after, and that one is good as well. 14-7 here from Portland High School. Back and forth we go as the Raiders with the big answer. Hey, looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door, and ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. And because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code FOOTBALL15 on Locavana.com, Locavana.com, to save 15% on your first order. 3-play, 75-yard drive. 79-yard touchdown catch, I should say, by Zibitowski.
And that's what we talked to, Coach Brinker here in the pregame show. We kind of mentioned it. Portland's kind of known for their big passes, their big play ability. I think when you run this type of offense, call it the I-form with a little veer or almost like a wing T look without one of the wings. I mean, every time they pass the ball, they just feel like they're looking for that deep threat. And the Sailor, those free safety guys are going to be so key today because it's hard. You're thinking run, and all of a sudden there he goes, and you can't let him get behind you because Portland, that's what they're trying to do, and it's a great play call by their coach, and they executed it even better.
They had a couple of those in their season finale, 35-7 win over Whitehall. Sailors have to stay disciplined, and on a 3rd and 4th, as you mentioned, tough call on defense. All right, Sailors now with 4.5 minutes to answer the bell. Low squib kick, just under or through the legs, fielded by Easton Rock, and disaster struck in a way. Not too bad, but enough to be.
Yeah, squib kick. It got to that line ahead of our return men, and it just went right through one of our players' hands. And then in that situation, Easton's just got to make sure that we get the ball because it's such a live ball. And, unfortunately, we're not going to have great field position here. So, 4 minutes still to go in the second half. If Danny Brown, the offense, can find a way to march down, use the clock to your advantage, and score, get it tied up going into the halftime.
3 wide receivers wide to the left now for Burgess. 1st and 10, 4:35 to go in the second quarter. Burgess play action pass. No, read option, keeper up the middle. Portland's really giving him that option keeper run and answering the bell every time.
Yeah, Austin's probably ran the most at everybody. I know they want to get Jesse Vandergrind involved here a little bit more. They haven't had that more traditional handoff yet, but they're just going to have to keep on going with their game plan, and Austin's going to keep having to make those reads, and I think eventually, hopefully, he can bust one loose.
I'll tell you, we'll get our scouting department on this, but 78, Isaiah Bauer is a mammoth in the middle. Now it's a quick strike to Owen Burgess on that seam route, on that hash mark. He has to break one tackle, and he does. Needs a block by Schiltz as he's going to have a big lane across the end zone. Touchdown, Owen Burgess. Big pitch and catch there as he goes to the house and answers.
Yeah, I mean, what a response right there. I mean, that's a huge play right there for Owen Burgess. He caught the ball in stride at about the 35, made a guy miss at the other opposite 35, and then was able to find a way, protect the ball all the way in the end zone. And we've seen 2 huge pass plays back-to-back for kind of a slow start here in the first quarter. So a lot of fireworks right now going on in the second quarter here in Portland.
Trying to give a shout-out to the big fellas up front, and meanwhile, Burgesses have other plans. As Kerstetter answers the point after. We're tied up here, folks. 3:51 to go. 14-14 is your score. A couple nice catches for Owen Burgess. He's got 4 catches for 114 yards and a tutty.
Yeah, and it's fun to see him, get involved early in the offense. He had such a big year last year. This year's obviously been a little up and down for him, but we know the skill is there. We know the speed can be there, and he's a tough senior kid. He's got dreams of playing some college football, and to see that emotion after the touchdown, running over the sideline, celebrating with your teammates, getting the fans fired up, that's what the Sailors really love to see out of Owen right there. And Austin, you can't say enough about that pass right there. Just being able to hit that guy in stride after a tough QB run. Way to bounce back, number 5, and just a really good play to respond. But there's a lot of time here, 3:51 left. Now it's going right back to the defense.
That's more than enough time for Portland. Look at the opportunity to go back to work. All right, deep kick now, fielded by Rowe at the 2. Rowe on that right side, right hash waits for his blockers. Can't find them. He's brought down just shy of the 20-yard line. And, yeah, Taylor, you mentioned Austin Burgess there. And the kid has played really well tonight. Only a few incompletions, and really one was batted down.
Yep.
Other than that, he has been on time and on target.
Yeah, and one was dropped by Vermas. So he's had some early success in this game, and that's really important to see. Then it's going to only help their run game, that power sweep action, those jet sweeps, those option reads. Everything's going to get easier when you're completing those passes.
1st and 10 now, 3:45 to go in this second quarter. Gone back and forth, both teams scoring on the last 2 consecutive drives now. Handoff from that wingback position on the right side of the left side, and he's met by a wall of Sailors. Nice defense early on 1st down.
Yeah, great job by Potter and Buter right there, the interior defensive lineman, and then Cash and Vinsalcoma again getting involved on the play. And I'm telling you, that is the key to the game, 1st and 2nd down. If they can keep them, 2-3-yard gains, it's only going to make their life easier on the 3rd down play.
3:16, clock is ticking down, 2nd and 9. I formation again, one wide receiver to the right. Fullback dive up the middle. No, it's a triple option out of that formation. To Dickerson, he gets knocked out of bounds for a gain of 4. Flag comes in late.
It came from the back judge. This one possibly could be coming back as well. But first time we've seen the option here tonight from Portland right there. With this offense, they're going to have a lot of options. And we are going to have a holding here on the offense. This one's going to come back.
If you enjoyed football circa 1994, you would love what you're seeing here. Triple option, I formation, fullback. That's going to be a holding. That will take the Raider offense 10 yards backwards.
And a huge break for the Sailors. I mean, this is an opportunity. There's 3 minutes left in the corner. If you can find a way to get 2 stops right here, you got some timeouts to work with, there's a chance you could get the ball with decent time on the clock.
Yeah, a lot to consider right now for South Christian. 2nd and 19, just under 3 minutes to go. Clock is ticking. As Castle drops back to pass, just set up a screen pass. He dumps it off, and he is met. Dickerson made the catch at about the 1, and he was met by, is that Buter again? Good grief.
He's having a day, man. He's having a day. Benjamin Buter, you love to see it. Big number 68 right there. He's listed at 6'2", 195, and he's showing it today, and he is pumped up. But I tell you, Bryce, that was like a 11 to 13 step drop back, which made that screen pass pretty obvious. But a really good job by Buter not rushing the quarterback and staying home right there.
Yeah, that was an interesting point. It was third. They had the ball at the 9-yard line. Or 2nd down, hit the ball at the 9-yard line. That was a loss of 7.
Well, we went all the way back to his end zone.
Yeah.
He ran all the way back to his end zone trying to set up this screenplay. And again, if the defensive linemen don't go with the quarterback and they can stay home, you have an opportunity to stop that screen pass right there as they have the streaking outside receivers. So really good job by the Sailor defense. We're going to have a 3rd and 26. And this you got to be careful if you're Portland right here, because you don't want to give the Sailors really good field position with time, with an opportunity to score going into halftime. So this is going to be a big play right here. They got to try to pick up 10 to 15 yards to create more opportunity for a punt, flip the field a little bit more.
Raiders in dangerous territory, to your point there, as they get the ball 3rd and 26 from their own 2-yard line. Script is flipped for South Christian as they will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss at the beginning of this game, deferred. So Sailors the opportunity for maybe a little 2-for-1 action here. See what the Raiders come out with as they have 2 wide receivers to their right. Fullback lined up behind Rowe. Rowe's in at quarterback. Remember, he had the big run. Handoff to Dixon. No, Rowe on the keeper on that right side. Sailors need to get contained. Rowe tries to turn the corner and can't break the tackle. Really nice open field tackle by South Christian there. Gain of, looked like he got the 7 yards back, but still not even close enough for the first down.
Yeah, and both times Rowe's come in the game, it's been speed, quarterback, run to the outside. So hopefully the Sailors were a little bit more prepared for that. I think that was Noah Klump, who's on the far side. It was a great defensive play. And now the Sailors are going to have an opportunity right here to get the ball and get the ball at halftime, see if they can get down in field goal position to have a chance to score.
Hey, do you want to play college sports? If so, Mount Calm Community College is the place to be. They're recruiting for men and women's basketball, men and women's cross country, men and women's bowling, women's volleyball, men's golf, co-ed, clay target shooting. Learn more on their athletic page at montcalm.edu, montcalm.edu.
Didn't they recruit you at one point, Bryce? You know,
I wasn't good enough.
You weren't good enough.
No,
for
no.
I thought you were.
You
one
saw
of those,
my name out there?
I thought I saw that out there on Twitter the other day.
Yeah.
You were a Mount Calm offer guy right there.
Yeah, about maybe what, a -1 star might have been. Glory years indeed. All right, Sailors now in punt return formation, 4th and 18. Low snap, fielded cleanly. That one's picked up by Schultz. Schultz now is going to have a lane as he picks it up from the 46 down to the 30. Late flag comes in. I think we're going to get a holding there. Would have been a nice punt return. Set up Sailors in great field position yet again.
Yeah, really good shot. Really good job by Schultz right there, being able to scoop it off the bounce. Kind of a low bullet punt right there, and he was able to use momentum, pick up probably 12 to 15 yards on the return, get it inside the 30. But it looks like we're going to have a flag on the play. They haven't seen holding. It's going to be on the Sailors. It should be a spot foul.
So, yeah, holding, that's going to move the Sailors back all the way down to, I think, the 40-yard line.
Still decent field goal position right here. You're just under 2 minutes. You got to feel good about it. They had some success with the pass. I'd expect Jesse Vandergrind to get involved here in the offense right in this possession.
All right, we'll see what the Sailors come out with here as Vandergrind starts next to Burgess, goes on motion, wheel route to him. He's wide open at the 25, has to make a man miss, can't, but still brought down at the 10-yard line. Now, that was ripped out of his hands.
I think they're going to call him down right there, and Portland's not going to be happy
Yeah.
about this right here. They're saying he's down. South Christian's going to want to move fast. There's no review or anything like that. 30-yard gain, and just like we said right there, Jesse Vandergrind getting him involved in the offense, doing a really good job on these wheel routes, finding him in open space.
Yeah, they're talking about it now, Taylor. I just don't know if there was a guy in position to make that call. So
I couldn't see it from my angle, Bryce. And this is where high school's so different.
I guess keep it with the Sailors.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
This I was just gonna say for the people listening at home, and again, for high school, the call on the field is gonna stand.
Right.
It's just what it is. We don't have the replay situation. You know, they're not able to get a quick snap. So the Sailors might have caught a break there. It was really hard to tell, but Jesse's got to do a better job at taking that ball all the way down to the ground.
We're next to the Sailors coaching staff, seeing what their video says. Instead, Schultz, direct snap, tries to go to work along that left side behind his big left tackle and Great pursuit and great defense by the Raiders. Loss of maybe one.
Yeah, great tackle right there by Brad Myers. Looks like he came right off that linebacker position and just kind of took Brody down. And it's hard to tell if Brody is healthy right now. We know that ankle's taped up. He's kind of limping a little bit coming off the field. You know, they're going to definitely need him in some different ways. He's definitely playing defense. Probably get checked out here a little bit by the trainer going into halftime, see where he can come back at.
Just at 1 minute now, his clock is ticking down. 2nd and 10. Play action pass. Burgess rolls to his right, tries to dump it off to Rock as that ball gets batted right about the line of scrimmage. That was big 52 again. Carter White getting his mitts on it.
Yeah, and that's that low release right there from Austin as well. You have that low release. It's a lot easier to knock down those passes. The clock's going to stop. They're going to have a little time here. Make sure they get a correct play call coming in. I'd like to see maybe Easton Rock or Jesse Vandergren get involved right here. Find a way. Get yourself in the end zone. If not, have a position to kick that field goal.
All right, 3rd and 10. 3rd and goal, I should say, from the 10. As Vandergren goes in motion to his left. Burgess looks to his left, rolls to his left, gets flushed out, turns the corner, tries to find a lane. He does, and he turns it back the other way to his right, steps up in the pocket. Vandergren wide open in the end zone for a touchdown.
What?
Waiting for the signal.
What a play by Austin Burgess. And he's getting up slowly.
Touchdown.
He's getting up slowly right here because he got popped. But I tell you what, that was a little Carson Viss-esque right there. Scrambled out to his left side, kept his eyes down the field, came around to the inside, found a way. And when you scramble that much, someone's going to be open in those situations. But that's why you got to have your eyes up. And just an incredible play by Austin Burgess right there. Big touchdown for the South Christian Sailors.
How about that for an answer? South Christian with this point after. High snap. Nice catch by Burgess as that kick gets down and up, and it's good. And how about that? What a stop, getting the ball back. Maybe even a fumble that should have been a fumble, but wasn't a fumble. Instead, it stays with South Christian. And then a play that took, 35 minutes to run? Austin Burgess makes magic happen for the touchdown, giving the Sailors a 7-point lead with 43 seconds.
Yeah, and what can you say? Austin's kind of having himself a day, and that's what you need him to do. You know, he was a starting quarterback. They kind of went to Brody, but they've kept him involved in the offense all year long. He's stepping up into the moment. Not only are they going to get the ball back in the second half, they got a big opportunity to get a big stop right here to make sure they can go into the halftime up 7.
Yep. Sailors looking to get the 2 for 1. Now they just don't want to let Portland score here. As the Raiders are definitely going to try to get in the end zone before the end of this half. Again, folks, 43 seconds to go in the second quarter of action. Hey, tune in to the Van Salkema Farms halftime show. We'll go over all the first half action, get a message from the MHSAA as we kick off these 2025 playoffs, as well as a message from our sponsors, and we'll preview the start of the second half as well. So tune in. All right, Sailors now on for the kick. Low line drive, high catch fielded by Roll. Nice catch. So he gets it at the 3 row with a lane, but that hole closes. I thought it was there, but the Sailors were there first.
Yeah, another good tackle right there by Kai Hunderman and the kickoff team. The kickoff team has been outstanding so far today. After kind of a weak spot last week against Catholic Central, they've made some changes in the lineup, and those guys are flying down the field to make tackles.
1st and 10, 37 seconds to go. Raiders will get the ball at about the 20.5-yard line. Hard to let's see what they'll do here. 2 wide outs, 1 to each side for Portland. First time we've seen that, as they're just going to hand it up the middle. Fullback trap. He almost had a lane, but ankle tackle by Jones.
Yeah, they're going to have to move fast here, Bryce. Looks like they only have 1 timeout left. Clock is ticking down to 25, and that's not their natural offense, right? They don't like to no huddle, so they're going to try to move fast here. I expect at some point maybe a quick pass.
Probably want to see what they can get on 1st down and 2nd down as they go back to the fullback up the middle again as he powers his way forward. And that's going to take us to the end of the first half.
Cody Jones right there on the tackle, and that'll take us into the halftime. Big 77.
How about that? South Christian flips the script. Going in really into the second half, down 7. Instead, tie it up, get another touchdown after a stop, and they're up 21-14. We'll be right back after a quick 2-minute break for the Van Zalkman Farms halftime show here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Ahead of the holidays with Surf Fiber Fast Internet. Get all the speed you need, plus the perks you deserve, like free installation, free Wi-Fi, and so much more. Get Fiber Fast Internet today. Plans start as low as $30 a month with autopay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone from our variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50-plus TVs on each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to uccellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Then let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
Is your landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Deep down, you've always had something special. But you have to go when no one's watching to see how special you really are.
The furnace is free when you install an AC at Service Professor. BOGO is back for a limited time, 2 for the price of 1.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Welcome in, folks, to the Van Zalkman Farms halftime show here on Michigan Sports Radio. 21-14 is your score. South Christian takes the lead late in that second quarter of action. Let's go over tonight's scoring. Portland started off the action with a 12-play, 81-yard touchdown drive that was capped off with a Castle 6-yard touchdown run. Sailors answered the bell with their own 8-play, 46-yard drive coming off a great kick return. Schultz with a 2-yard touchdown run. Back and forth we go as Castle hit Zibitowski for a 79-yard touchdown catch. Quick strike for Portland put them up 14-7. South Christian got the ball back, and they decided to score quickly as well as Owen Burgess took it 80 yards for a 2-play, 82-yard drive to tie the game up at 14. South Christian got the ball back, and it only took them 1:16 to go 4 plays, 40 yards, where Burgess worked some magic and found a wide-open Jesse Vandegrind in the end zone to give the Sailors a 21-14 lead. We'll be right back after this message from the MHSAA here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Touchdowns don't stop coming for a Mendon running back, and a postseason block party is just about upon us. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. This is the 15th season of 8-player football in Michigan, and during that time there have been a lot of touchdowns scored. But no one has scored more career 8-player touchdowns than Mendon's Owen Gorham. He ran for 4 scores last Friday in a win over Adrian Lenawee Christian, giving him 97 total touchdowns. He's now 2 ahead of the previous record holder, Reed Haskins of Bridgman. And with at least 1 playoff game to go, Gorham has his sights set on becoming the first in 8-player football to score 100 touchdowns. In the 51-year history of 11-player football, only 6 have topped the century mark, led by East Grand Rapids' Kevin Grady Jr., who scored a remarkable 151 touchdowns. To check out all of the 8-player and 11-player records, including team, individual, and championship games, head over to MHSAA.com, click on football, and then record book. And to see brackets, scores, and schedules for this year's football playoffs, MHSAA.com has you covered. You can click on links to buy tickets or to watch an NFHS Network live stream right from the Score Center. The 8-player finals are Saturday, November 22nd from the Superior Dome in Marquette. The 11-player finals will be at Ford Field on November 28th and 30th. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Ann Arbor Pioneer field hockey goalie Mara Bouillon. The freshman stopped every shot she faced in the entire tournament, leading the Pioneers to a 2-zip championship game win over Dexter. Grand Ledge volleyball player Haley Ellis had 5 aces and 9 kills as the Comets beat East Lansing to win a share of the CAAC Blue Championship. And a Harbor Beach QB Caden Buchholz. He was responsible for 5 touchdowns in a 41-7 win over defending Division VII champion Millington.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're talking some unusual ways to score soccer goals today. It doesn't happen often, but a team can score directly from a corner kick or the kickoff. But what if it's a goalie down in their own end who somehow throws the ball 80 yards or so and into the back of the other team's net? Does this count? It does not. A keeper cannot score for his own team by throwing the ball the length of the field and into his opponent's goal. If this were to happen, the defending team would receive a goal kick. But if the keeper accidentally throws the ball into his own net, then it does count as a goal for the opponent. You don't always need your feet to score a goal in soccer.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. 3 days after the start of the football playoffs, the girls' volleyball postseason will get underway. Brackets are posted at MHSAA.com, and the district first round starts Monday, November 3rd. Most district semifinals are on Wednesday, November 5th, and most district finals are Friday, November 7th. The regional round starts on Tuesday, November 11th with semifinals, and then the regional finals on the 13th. And all 16 quarterfinals, 4 in each of the 4 divisions, will take place on Tuesday, November 18th. Those winners will converge on Battle Creek for the semifinals. Divisions 1 and 4 will play on Thursday, November 20th. Division 2 and 3 on Friday, November 22nd. And all 4 finals will be on Saturday, November 22nd. All semifinal and finals games will be at Kellogg Arena. Again, ticket information can be found either on MHSAA.com or gofan.co. If you can't be there in person, you can watch on the NFHS Network. All matches from the quarterfinals through the finals will be on, as well as a huge majority of district and regional games. Just go to NFHSnetwork.com to watch. If you haven't been paying close enough attention to the volleyball season thus far and want to get caught up, then check out our weekly report, Block Party, on the volleyball page of MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Ultra Products is proud to sponsor and support South Christian Athletics. Ultra Products sells, installs, and services paint booths. We are the premier paint booth service company in Michigan. We are also the Carliner Collision Repair Equipment specialist for the state of Michigan. We would love to help you with your paint booth, filters, and collision repair equipment. Please give us a call at 616-877-0099.
As part of the South Christian family, Big O Smokehouse is proud to serve our community with high-quality snacks and gift ideas. Our beef jerky and snack sticks are perfect, healthy, high-protein options for on-the-go snacking, meal prep for aspiring athletes, or gifting. They're also a great addition to elevate your party or charcuterie spread. We offer customizable gift boxes, whether pre-made or tailored to your needs, an ideal gift for friends, family, or your business. Plus, enjoy case pricing to stay on budget with your weekly meal prep. Heard about us in this ad? Save 10% on your order when you visit us at Little Old Marketplace in Caledonia, our main location. Feel free to ask Bruce for a tour sometime. When you see Big O in the wild, grab a package and enjoy premium fuel while supporting local markets and shops. Visit BigOSmokehouse.com or call 616-891-5555. We're happy to help you get to the best you've ever had premium protein to keep you running at full power. Bob's Collision, located at 3731 Eastern Ave, is here for all your collision repair needs, from minor fender benders to heavy collisions. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1967, we take pride in what we do, using state-of-the-art technology and materials along with iCar Platinum certification to repair your vehicle. Let us help you sail through your collision repairs. Call us at 616-245-5161. Go Sailors! For 85 years, Sobey Company has been a premier commercial construction contractor. Specializing in everything from walls and ceilings to floors and insulation, we have been a part of almost every large commercial construction project in West Michigan, including the newly constructed South Christian High School, Byron Center Christian renovations, and 2 expansion projects at Dutton Christian. Our skills and talented craftsmen can make any interior dream you have on a construction project a reality. Go Sailors! At Dutton Christian School, our mission is clear: to nurture the heart of biblical truth and equip the mind through academic excellence and impact the world for Christ. From classrooms to chapel, from athletics to music, from robotics to outdoor education, every lesson points students to God's Word. Discover a school where faith and learning come together. Burgess Surveying is a privately owned company that has been serving the West Michigan community and state for over 15 years. They perform a wide variety of surveying services. Whether you're a homeowner who is looking to establish your property lines or a large commercial contractor who wants his project to be completed efficiently and timely, Burgess Surveying can meet your needs. They strive to build long-lasting professional relationships built on trust with each of their clients. They're located in downtown Byron Center. Give them a call at 616-277-1636. You'll be sure to have a great experience. Legacy Christian School is on a mission to prepare Christ followers and kingdom builders, laying the foundation for lifelong learning and service. Students find their place in God's redemptive story where every subject points to Christ. With learning experiences that extend beyond our walls, we answer God's call to love our neighbors and restore His kingdom. Discover a close-knit community at Legacy where your child's faith can flourish, offering English and Spanish immersion from K through 8th, preschool, and extended care.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Van Slocum Farms halftime show here on Michigan Sports Radio. Bryce Sack, Taylor Johnson join you on the call here. 21-14 is your score. Let's go over the stats from the first half of action. Even in a lot of areas, especially the first downs. Total yardage, another area that was pretty even. Almost 200 for Portland, 203 for South Christian. 193 yards for the Sailors in the air, 10 yards on the ground. So Portland has absolutely shut down this rushing attack, but Austin Burgess has answered the call many a times tonight. 103 rushing yards for the Raiders, 95 yards in the air. No turnovers for either team, although we mentioned in the break a potential maybe fumble call on that Sailors last touchdown drive. But refs, I don't think the refs necessarily saw it. So Sailors got to keep the ball and ended up scoring there. 3 penalties for South Christian. Sailors 3 for 5 on third down. Portland 4 for 6. Burgess 8 for 11, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns. Castle 4 for 6, 95 yards and a touchdown of his own. Burgess with 6 rushes, 6 yards. And Dickerson with 16 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Burgess 4 catches, 114 yards with a touchdown. And Zibitowski with 1 catch, 79 yards for a touchdown of his own. Taylor, what were the keys of that first half for South Christian?
Well, Bryce, I think the biggest key of the game is that Portland scores fast on a big 72-yard pass. And all of a sudden the Sailors are down 14-7. And then they run a QB sneak. He gets stopped, and then boom, right to Owen Burgess for a 75-yard touchdown. And I just felt like that was the difference in the game. For them to be able to respond with a big play after giving up a big play, I just thought it was huge for this team. It's something that they haven't done that well this year. And then to be able to come back, get a stop, have time to score again, and now you get the ball. And we haven't had a lot of games where the Sailors have really been able to kind of create what we call a cushion, I would say, in the scoreboard. And I think Danny Brown's offense really has an opportunity to go up 2 scores and to really, really help themselves going into the second half.
As you mentioned, Sailors will get the ball to start this second half, and yes, they will need to score and try to extend the gap, because this Portland program has missed the playoffs one time in the last 23 years, and so they are very accustomed to postseason success, and they more often than not, although I don't have the records in front of me, will win a couple games here. So losing the first round is unfamiliar territory for them, and something that the Sailors really have to be aware of and take advantage of this opportunity to put some points on the board to start this second half.
Yeah, when you come play a school like Portland, you know exactly what you're walking into. They got tradition, they have history, they have a great head coach, they have a system that these kids have played in their whole life, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal to the town, big deal to the community. We have a great crowd here tonight, and there's no way Portland's going to lay down. They're going to try to get back to some of those sweeps and that fullback dive and try to sneak a pass in there to get right back into the game. But for Portland right now, what they need to do is they need to find a way to get a stop. They got to be able to get the ball back, only down 1 score, and that's really going to be the key for them going into the second half.
Second half of action. Or excuse me, I say the third quarter is brought to you by Burgess Surveying, folks. Burgess Surveying is a privately owned company that's been serving the West Michigan community and state for over 15 years. They perform a wide variety of surveying services, Whether you're a homeowner who is looking to establish property lines or a large commercial contractor who wants his project to be completed efficiently and timely, Burgess Surveying can meet your needs. They strive to build long-lasting professional relationships built on trust with each of their clients. They're located in downtown Byron Center. Give them a call at 616-277-1636. You'll be sure to have a great experience. All right, we're underway here in the second half of action as Easton Rock fields that kick at the 15-yard line. Stutter steps his way to that right sideline before being brought down at the 23. That's for South Christian. We'll start. That kickoff was brought to you by Family Fare Tailgate Special. Again, folks, any frozen pizza, buy 2, get 1 free.
Yeah, I want to update the listeners at home. Some scores here. We have a minute. Muskegon up on Mona Shores 20-13. Unity up on Holland Christian 21-13. The other side of our district bracket, Battle Creek, Harper Creek, they're up 13-0 on Grand Rapids Christian. Cedar Springs is up 14-12 on East Grand Rapids. Rockford's up 7-0 on Granville. Byron Center, the neighbors down the road, up 33-0 over Portage Northern. And Zeeland West up 8-7 over Niles. Niles this year, as we know, has moved up to Division III.
That's who the Sailors lost to last year, and Portland lost to last year. All right, Burgess with the direct snap carry. He tries to break a tackle but can't. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but Sailors trying to make something happen with that running game up the middle, especially with Austin Burgess, and just nowhere to go.
Yeah, they're keeping the ball in his hands a lot here tonight, and the offensive line's got to continue to work, try to get him a gap there, right there, because it's only going to make the passing a little bit easier. Brody Schultz is now actually split out in the Y position, so a lot of options for the Sailors offense here.
4 wide for the Sailors. You mentioned Schultz lined up to the right. Van de Grind in motion. Burgess drops back, rolls to his right, has an open Vermas in the flat. Vermas breaks a tackle across the 30 to the 35 before he gets knocked out of bounds. Nice catch and yards after catch by Charlie Vermas.
Yeah, Charlie Vermas almost gets taken down by that T-shirt he's got wearing underneath right there. That would drive me nuts as a coach. But a really good catch by Charlie, able to pick up a big first down. And that's hard to do sometimes after you have a drop early in the first half to come out and make that next catch. It really just gives you a lot of confidence going out there.
He had a big drop early, and he bounces back as Vermas. First down, South Christian, 11-13 to go in the third quarter. 3 wide to the left for Burgess. So he takes a snap, handoff to Van de Green up the middle along that left tackle. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage for a lane and a crease across the 45 to the 46. Nice run. So that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, really good run there by number 3, Jesse Vandergren, and I love seeing him get involved here early in the offense. He's a powerful back, but he's also got great speed, and, man, great run for him. He probably got hit about the second or yard on the run and was able to still pick up the first down, and that's what Sailors need to do. They need to do it the ground game and the pass game here in the second half.
That was really, it felt like it, Taylor, his first run up the middle, or more so up the middle. In this game, everything's been outside for him. Now speed option to the right is Burgess. Burgess with the keeper. He lowers his shoulder across the 50. Nice pickup by Burgess.
Yeah, really good read right there by Austin. Decided not to go with the pitch. Right decision, as they had that pretty well covered, and was able to dive forward and pick up about 5 yards. Really, simple play, but a really good read by the quarterback right there.
Burgess has played really well in this game thus far. 10-13 to go. 2nd and 6 now for South Christian. Lined up on the right hash. Up 21-14. Burgess with Vandergrind to his right. Handoff now to Vandergrind as he takes it over the left tackle, brought down at the 47. Sailors calling for a flag, and they flag on the field.
Yeah, late flag right there. Not sure what the call is, but Vandergrind just wasn't able to hit that hole with the speed that he wanted to. Decent job by the offensive line, but even better job by the Portland defense. Oh, wow.
Ooh, face mask on Portland. Wow.
Yeah, personal foul, too. That's going to be a big gain for the Sailors, as they're going to get the ball all the way down here in Portland territory.
Big penalty there. Everything working for South Christian at the start of this second half. So the chains will be moved. It would have been a 2nd and 6 instead with the face mask. They're going to march forward to the 33. 9:40 to go in this third quarter. 1st and 10 for South Christian from the 32. Burgess steps back, throws it to Schiltz. Schiltz on the screen pass on the left side. Schiltz turns the corner, turns on the burners as he makes a move down to the 10 to the 5. Brody Schiltz, what ankle is hurting? I don't know, because he takes it down to the 5. Although, Brody Schiltz now on the field. Getting up a little slowly.
Slow. Man, he looked healthy on that one, though, Bryce. I mean, he really put the burners on, and he's definitely going to have to come off the field here. But, tough kid, Brody Schiltz right there, only a sophomore, and trying to leave everything he's got on the field for his team. And a great bubble screen, great play call by Kirk Copeland right there. And just hope Brody's okay. But, man, if he's not, that was a big gain. You can tell he's leaving his heart on the field.
Yeah, it really was. Something we haven't seen a lot of this year. Get the speed and space, and they got it. All right, 1st and goal from the 2. South Christian normally would go to Schiltz here. Instead, they go to Burgess. Burgess with the QB keeper on that right edge. He tries to lower shoulder and lean forward, and he does. Touchdown, South Christian.
Yeah, and that's the play they probably would have ran with Brody if he was in right there. Great job by Austin. Had a little patience right there on that run. Found his gap and just walked right into the end zone. So great start here for the Sailors to go up 2 scores and see if Hunterman can put this point on extra. And, man, just a great way to start the second half.
Hudson Kerstetter on for the point after. Kick is up. Flag, late flag on the field. Ball went through the uprights. See what the call is.
Not sure they're talking about it. Could be going over the center right there. Looks like it's going to count for South Christian regardless.
Yeah, penalty might be applied on the snap. All right, we'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
The furnace is free when you install an AC at Service Professor. BOGO is back for a limited time, 2 for the price of 1.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
How about that, folks? Sailors on the board early to start the second half, 28-14. That scoring drive, 6 plays, 77-yard
Took 2 minutes and 36 seconds, and was capped off by an Austin Burgess 2-yard touchdown run, giving the Sailors a 2-possession lead. So I think, go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah, so what's happening is there's going to be a penalty on Portland that's going to allow South Christian to kick the ball off in the Portland territory, and this is where Portland needs to really watch out for an onside kick. If I'm South Christian, I'm going onside kick all day. The ball's already at the 45. You kick it 10 yards. It's about a 35. You get an opportunity to get the ball. They're kind of loaded up right now on the right side. It's probably going to be a squib kick. Portland needs to have their hands team ready to go for the onside kick.
It looks like a pretty standard kickoff formation here, but we'll see what happens. As Kerstetter with a high, short kick as that bounces. Ooh, that was dangerous. Fielded at about the 17-yard line, and if that ball was in the air for any longer, South Christian might have been able to get there.
And that's a design right there. Sometimes you just pooch it up high. You get your speed guys out on the right side where they almost want to try to catch the ball past that 10-yard mark. So really good execution right there by Hunterman. It gave his guys a chance. Better job by Portland being able to catch that ball. And now they're going to start with the ball about the, looks like, the 17 there, Bryce?
17-yard line. Yep, 1st and 10 for Portland. 9:17 to go. Sailors up by 2 touchdowns. Handoff now to the streaking H-back, as that's Zibitowski. His first carry of the second half. He pushes forward, and
Charlie Vermas is right there on defense. We don't see Charlie play too much defense, but I think there's possibly with Brody Schilt's injury, he's stepping into his spot right there, and a really good tackle right there by number 7, Vermas.
Yeah, remember last year, Vermas had a nice playoff run of his own.
At linebacker.
On the defense, on the defensive side, that's right. 2nd and 1 now. Nice pickup on 1st down as the sweep this time goes to Trevor Smith. He finds a lane off that right tackle, going from the left side H-back, wing-back position, enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, Vermas right there again on the tackle with Jack Weiss, but not before a big 1st down for Portland, and that's what they need to do. They need to continue to establish those 5-6-yard runs that makes them such a powerful offense where they can get these quick 1st downs on 1st and 2nd down.
Now it looks like more of a flex bone set here as they go sweep on the left side this time to Zibitowski. Zibitowski, nice juke across the 45 to the 50, brought down at the 50, big yards on that one. Enough for the 1st down.
18-yard pickup right there, and he's got some really good speed, and they're really pulling that guard from the right side to the left side. They love running over that left side. They've kind of gone to that play a couple times. Sailors need to make an adjustment, try to load a little bit more to the left side. Defensive line's got to be able to plug that gap.
Find some success early with that play. 1st and 10, 8:04 to go in the 3rd. This time, Zibitowski, I think that's who it was.
Yeah, it looks like he was tripped up there kind of by Potter, maybe Cody Jones as well. Short gain, and that's what the Sailors need. You know, you got to hold them to these 1, 2, 3-yard gains to really give yourself a good opportunity.
Set up a 2nd and 8 here. A lot of misdirection from this Raiders offense. And now we've got a unique set here. Almost trips to the right side. Sweep to Dixon. It's a fake pass. He's got an open man. His row downfield. Tackled by Klump, but not before he can get to the 10-yard line. Down to the 8s. Nice trickery there as they went with the sweep to the right side. And Dickerson with the pass. 38-yard completion. 1st down.
You could see that coming the whole way, Bryce. It was kind of a slow toss to the right there, and he had all day to make that play. And again, those free safeties, no Klump. You can't let that guy get behind you. They love these go routes. They love making that deep pass, and that's a huge play for Portland. Great play call by the coach there.
This is where Portland wheels and deals. 1st and 10 from the 10. Handoff now to Zibitowski over that left side. From that H-back position again. Seen that a couple plays already in this drive. Enough for 4.
Yeah, tackled by Winicky right there. Good job by Winicky trying to, but again, you know, they've gone to Zibitowski on these, you know, jet sweep kind of over that left side. They've gone over the left side. They've ran that play about 3 times and had success every single time. So Sailors got to try to make an adjustment right here on that left side run.
6:38 to go. 2nd and 5 now. Or 2nd down from the 5. 2nd and goal. Handoff to Dickerson. Dickerson met by couple. Sailors still is able to lean forward to pick up one. A great pursuit by South Christian as that was Big Potter and company.
Yeah, and Cody Jones right there. And we know Cody Jones is fired up. He's got his back played off, and it doesn't bother him one bit. He's got a little crazy in him, and that's a good thing in football. And I tell you, Cody Jones is really fun to watch as he makes a big play. And a big third down coming up for here. You know this is 2-down territory for Portland, so Sailors got to dig deep, find a way to get 2 stops.
3rd and 4. I formation again here. Fullback dive. No, it's going to go to Zibitowski on that left side, and he walks in cleanly to the end zone. Nice drive, largely thanks to Nolan Zibitowski. He's in the end zone. Sailors back within 1 score. Or excuse me, Raiders back within 1 score.
And it was kind of his drive the whole way. You know, you had the halfback pass, obviously it was big, but you felt like it was Zibitowski's game. Again, going over that left side. They've really tried to find some success, and you got to credit Portland right there. They found something that worked, and they kept going to it.
And that brings them within 1 as Wagner now will come on for the point after. The kick is up, and it is good. 21-28. Raiders bring it back within 1. Hey, are you looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door, and ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. Just because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code FOOTBALL15 on locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. Nice answer there from Portland. 7-play, 83-yard drive. Thanks large in part to a 38-yard touchdown pass to Zibitowski, setting up a Zibitowski 4-yard TD run, bringing the Raiders within a touchdown.
Yeah, just getting word from the sideline right now. Looks like Brody Schultz will be out the rest of the game with a possible shoulder injury. Don't expect him to come back in, and you feel bad for that kid because he's coming with a tough ankle, and it was a great run. Got the Sailors right in the goal line position, and must have came down bad on that shoulder. It looks like he will be in a sling the rest of the night here. So hopefully a speedy recovery for Brody Schultz.
Tough loss for South Christian, obviously for Schultz as well, but for the Sailors, he's a playmaker on both sides of the ball. See what South Christian can do on this drive. It's Wagner with the deep kick. Fielded at about the 15 by Rock. Rock now tries to find a lane on the left side. He does as he gets to that sideline across the 40 to the 45.
He's fun to watch, Bray. He's fast now. He's fast. I mean, he's really good patience. They create that wall on that left slide, and Easton Rock's just able to he's such a weapon because he can just flip the field position so well as the Sailors are going to get the ball on their own 40. And they got to find a way to respond right here without Brody Schultz on the offensive side.
As you're ready for this next drive, hey, are you looking for a snowblower tune-up? Weingarts now will come to service all your outdoor lawn equipment needs. Visit weingarts.com for more details. They service all of West Michigan. All right, 1st and 10 for the Sailors. Spread set, 3 wide to the right. Burgess in shotgun, handoff to Vandegreen on the right tackle. He bounces it outside to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Dragging a couple Raiders defenders down to the 45 on the opposite sideline.
A late flag just flew in from the backfield, but I want to highlight Eastern Rock with a great block right there that really opened up Jesse Vandegreen to get to the outside, but unfortunately I think this one's going to come back. Possible hold, maybe block in the back.
Block in the back, you're right. Marches the Sailors backwards. Really nice run there, negated by the penalty.
And it's just kind of been the story of the season a little bit, Bryce. The Sailors they've kicked themselves in the foot a lot of times with these penalties. They have over 35 yards now in penalties, possibly 40. And it's just those are the things that just really bother a coach right there. Is you try not to make self-inflicted wounds.
With the big yards, that's going to be set up a 1st and 13. Quarterback run the whole way as Burgess takes it down to up to the 43. Nice run to pick up some of those penalty yards back.
Yeah, good run there by Austin Burgess. You can see he's getting a little bit more comfortable with the run. He's being a little more patient, giving the offensive line a little bit more time to create the hole, and again, he's falling forward. It's such a big deal when you're a running quarterback to be able to fall forward and get those extra 2 yards.
Just under 5 minutes to go, 2nd and 7. 4 wide for the Sailors. Vandegrind in motion, list to the left. Screen pass now to Vermas. Or excuse me, that's Owen Burgess. Owen Burgess trying to drag some defenders forward, able to pick up 6 yards. It's going to set up his 3rd and short.
Yeah, good play call right there. Find one of your better athletes on the outside. Let him work in space. Tried to fight off a tackle right there, but good tackle on the outside by the defensive back. And here's a big 3rd down. Getting close to the 50-yard line. Could be 4-down territory for the Sailors.
Interesting opportunity, interesting calls. Opportunities here as it's 3rd and 2 from the Sailor 48-yard line. Vandegrind lined up to Burgess's left. Handoff to him as he works off that right guard, right tackle, and he pushes his way forward. Really nice, tough run by Jesse Vandegrind, enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, that's a huge confidence play right there for Kirk Copeland and the offensive coaching staff, and that's what you got to do. When you get those short 3rd downs, you got to be able to pound that rock and be able to get 2 or 3 yards, and looks like Jesse's cramping up a little bit, so he'll have to come out, get Niglitsky back in here, but a big 1st down for the Sailors.
Yeah, it looks like hopefully just cramps here. And it's about 43 degrees here in Portland. So a little chillier. Guys playing hard out there. Hey, are you are you looking to play college sports? If so, Mount Calm Community College is the place to be. They're recruiting for men's and women's basketball, men's and women's cross country, men's and women's bowling, women's volleyball, men's golf, co-ed, clay, target shooting. Learn more on their athletics page at montcalm.edu, montcalm.edu. All right, 1st and 10 now for the Sailors. Burgess finds Burgess on the outside again for that screen pass. Burgess is so shifty as he gets popped, but he keeps moving and pushing his legs forward. Tough run, tough yards after catches. He picks up, looks like about 3 yards.
It's getting physical out there, Bryce. And Owen, he doesn't shy away from contact, and neither do this Portland team right here. And, that was a tough gain for 3 yards on a quick pass out from Austin Burgess.
It's fun. Him and Max Sanborn, the cornerback out there, jawing as they've been going at it all night long. We mentioned in the first half, pads are popping here in this first round of the playoffs. All right, 2nd and 7, 3:20 to go in the 3rd. And Niglitsky, in motion as Burgess takes the direct snap, QB run, power up the middle, across the 45, down to about the 44.
Yep, another good positive run there by Austin Burgess, and that time they didn't even have the play action. He just kind of got it and went. And that's a play that we saw a lot last year with Carson Viss, but it's going to bring up a big 3rd down, about 3rd and 4, and we are currently 4 for 6 on 3rd downs, which is a great percentage. So see if you can make it 5 for 7.
3rd down's been the money play for the Sailors. Good news, Vandegrind back in the game here at running back. Lined up to Burgess's left, 3 to the wide side to his right. Snap option to Vandegrind as he gets a lane. Nice blocking downfield by Owen Burgess as he created a lane and plenty of green grass to run through as Vandegrind gets down to the 35. 1st down again for South Christian. You mentioned 3rd down. They got it.
3rd down. And playoff time, to have success on 3rd down, that's going to make your coaches really, really happy. But just tremendous read right there by Austin Burgess. Perfectly timed pitch to Jesse Vandegrind. You called out Owen Burgess on the far side with a great block, and he was able to pick up the 1st down.
2:21 to go. Really nice drive for South Christian as they're taking a page out of the Portland playbook, milking a lot of clock and just taking what the defense gives them, running the ball. Now Burgess looks left. He's got a man wide open as Easton Rock downfield, and they were looking for the screen pass, little pump fake action, and Easton Rock is wide open down that South Christian sideline for a 34-yard touchdown catch.
What a play call right there from Kirk Copeland and the staff. and they caught him biting right there on the screen pass. They've thrown those quick screen passes to the field side 3 or 4 times this possession, and Easton Rock, that's the guy you want to throw to an open space. And I'm telling you, Bryce, he had all day on that one to catch that ball and walk into the end zone. Touchdown for the Sailors.
How about that? They set that one up beautifully. Kirk Copeland in his bag this evening. All right, point after is up, and it's good. How about that? South Christian extends the lead 35-20 in this first round action. And I tell you, man, Austin Burgess is playing, I think, his best football game.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only passing the ball, but they've asked him to run a ton. And I just keep going back to those third down conversions. I also want to shout out Jesse Vandergrind right there. I thought he had a really good drive in that possession. Easton Rock obviously got the touchdown, but also the kick return right there. So, Austin is doing a great job, but you can feel the energy, the excitement from the South Christian sideline right now. And I tell you what, Danny Brown, he loves these playoffs, and we know they can make a run right here, and that's what they're off to a good start. But you got to keep on grinding, as you know Portland can score fast.
Austin Burgess now 13 for 26, 278 yards, and 3 touchdowns, as that capped off a 7-play, 60-yard touchdown drive, thanks to that 34-yard touchdown pass to Easton Rock. South Christian kicks the ball back off, fielded at the 5 is Rowe. Rowe goes to work on that right hash. Just great defense and coverage by South Christian yet again.
You want to keep going, row your boat on that one? That was your opportunity, Bryce, right there.
Yeah. Slipping.
Yeah,
Slipping.
Yeah,
It'll be better. It's playoff time. Got to be better.
You missed your shot.
Got to be better.
But another decent return right there for Portland. And here we go back to the South Christian defense. Charlie Vermas in there for Brody Shields. So he's going both ways. You got Owen Burgess out there going both ways. And the biggest thing is watch these free safeties. They cannot let these Portland receivers get behind them.
See what Portland comes out with here. Bunch set, but we saw this formation at the end of the second half, trying to make some quick action as Zibitowski gets it again, going from that right side slot back, H-back slot to the left side, picks up 6.
What do they say, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. They just keep going to the same play over and over and over again. And we'll see if Coach Burgess, if they can mix it up here on defense and try to stop Zibitowski on that left side.
2nd and 3, pick up 7 for the senior. Now handoff goes to Myers, and Myers on the right side. Same play, just to the other side. Just shy of the first down. Or actually, no, check that. Enough for the first down, about a 3.5-yard pickup on a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Big Potter, 79, was there on the tackle, and that's not going to feel good. He'll feel that one tomorrow, but, that's what Portland needs to do. They're just going to try to continue to grind you out. The Sailors got to watch the pass. That's what they want to do. They want to set up, find their timing to get that big play on the pass to get them within 1 score.
It's where Portland has had a lot of success, those lulling you to sleep, and then those trick play action passes downfield. All right, just a quick pitch to the left is Dickerson, as Dickerson gets popped at about the 35, down at the 36. The big fellow lowers his shoulder. Pick up 2.
And that's what, Buter again right there on the tackle, this defensive line, that you got to continue to hold them on those short runs. And Portland, when they were able to get 5-6 yards, that's what really makes a difference in this game right here. So good job by 68 again. Another tackle for Buter.
24 seconds to go. Maybe get one more playoff in the third. 14 seconds to go on the 2nd and 7. Portland will run it as they drop 4 deep pass along the left seam on the hashes, and a great catch by row your boat right there as Castle delivered a strike. It almost looked a little underthrown, but the way the defender was pursuing that, maybe for the best, is a nice pitch and catch for 23 and a first down.
That was the second time we've seen him, Castle, really drop back and have time to really set his feet and throw a strike. And they had 4 receivers out there on that one right there. So big play for Portland.
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. We'll step aside here for a quick break and be back for the fourth quarter of action here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Big first down conversion there from Castle to Rowe. Sets up a first down. 1st and 10 from the Sailor 42. As Portland's looking to answer here. Handoff up the middle to Dickerson for 4.
And just a score update for listeners at home. Holland Christian hanging tough with Uni Christian, one of the best teams in the state. Is now 21-20 Uni, so we'll keep a close eye on that one as we move forward.
Conference foe, OK Gold, back-to-back champion is Unity. South Christian knocked them out in the playoffs last year, so they're looking to avenge that loss here, and they're in a dogfight. But here we go in Portland as Castle drops back, dumps off to Myers. Myers with a nice move after the catch, down across to the 35 to the 30. Enough for the first down.
Yeah, Ben Jackson might slip there a little again on the outside, missed the tackle, and he was able to pick up a little bit more yardage right there for Portland. But looks like we're going to have another penalty flag on the field.
Oh, good call out there, Taylor. Didn't even see that.
Holding call right there on Portland. That's going to take them back. Again, in high school, it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so that'll bring them 10 yards back from where the hold is. So South Christian catches a little bit of a break here, right there. Big fourth quarter coming up. It's kind of do or die time here for Portland.
2nd and 16 now. They go back closer to midfield at the 48-yard line. Lined up in the middle of the field, too wide to the right for Castle. Rowe under center as he speed sweep out to his right. He breaks a tackle across the 40 to the 35. Really nice run again. It seems like every time they've ran that play, they've picked up nice chunks.
Yeah. Sayers got to do a little bit better job of recognizing when Rowe's under center. When he's under center, it's going to be one of those speed runs to the outside. That time it goes right for a 13-yard gain. And the Sayers just got to recognize that a little bit earlier, understand that what they're trying to do with Rowe at the quarterback position.
So now 3rd and 3. Handoff to Zibitowski on that left side again as they've had a lot of success as Zibitowski keeps those legs churning, and it looks like he's right at about the yard to gain or line to gain, and they're going to give him the first down. So really nice run by the senior.
Yeah, I think you got it. I think that's going to be a first down, and then that's that go-to play. Zibitowski coming over that left side. Ben Salkimo's able to get in there on the tackle again. But, Portland's having a good drive here. They're going a little bit faster in their huddles, so you can tell the momentum is definitely on their side on this drive.
Yep, nice drive so far. This is 1st and 10, 10:45 to go. Handoff up the middle. Dickerson as he breaks a tackle and tries to bounce it out to that left sideline. Big fella's running hard. Eventually tripped up by Weiss.
Yeah, and that's really where Portland's bread and butter is. They're going to continue to give it to Dickerson in the middle, get to Zibitowski on the outside, mix in Rowe, and that's when they're really rolling right there. When they got all three options going, that's when they're hardest to stop.
2nd and 4 as they get to the line of scrimmage quickly. Castle under center. He drops back, 3-step drop. Come back right on the outside to Rowe. Rowe turns the corner, comes back, breaks a couple tackles as he gets down to the 10. Takes on another hit and keeps his legs moving.
Yeah. The Sailors' defensive backs, it's always hard to tell, but it just seems like they're just not used to playing on grass. Every time they plant, they're just not able to get great footing. And Rowe is used to it, playing on his home field. He's taking great advantage of the defensive backs right now.
Now, you called that out in the first half. This is the first game on grass the Sailors have played all season. So interesting note here and something to pay attention to is a few Sailors have slipped. Now handoff to Myers on that right side over that right tackle as he finds a lane and nothing but daylight. Touchdown, Portland.
Yeah, great response right there for Portland. Even better blocking by the big fellas up front, and that's going to get them right back in this game with 9 minutes to go.
26-35 is your score. And yeah, South Christian's head's spinning a bit there as Portland really able to do whatever they wanted on that drive. Portland did miss their last point after attempts. So instead of going for 2, they're going to keep the field goal unit out, just try to get the extra point here and save that 2-point conversion for later. The kick is up, and it's good. 27-35 is your score here from Portland. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
In your decision to donate blood, more than you know, a few moments of your time sparks moments like these. Hope is in all the moments that matter, and it's in all of us. Schedule your donation today at versity.org.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
How about that for a response by Portland as they go 11 plays, 77 yards. Myers capped off that drive with a touchdown run, a 10-yard touchdown run. Took 4 minutes and 6 seconds of that clock. 9:41 to go on the clock here in Portland in this fourth quarter. Do or die for each of these teams here tonight in this first round.
Interesting decision right there for Portland taking the 1. I agree with the call right there. I think you wait to get the 2-point conversion later in the game when it's kind of do or die time to make sure you stay within those 8 points.
High kick fielded by Rock at the 12. Rock from his right goes left, kicks it back outside. Nice move by Rock. He gets a great block across the 30, down ahead across the 45 to the 50. And how about that? Easton Rock putting on a bit of a highlight tape tonight as he puts the Sailors in fantastic field position again. And that's maybe been one of the underlying stories in this game is where South Christian has started each of these drives. And that's largely in part thanks to Easton Rock, who's just an absolute weapon in the return game.
Yeah, great job by Easton Rock and a great job by the blocking right there. Ben Jackson had a beautiful block down on that sideline, gave them the big stop.
9:30 to go in this fourth quarter here. Sailors up a score. Handoff now to Vandegrain as he bounces it to the left side, gets a nice couple blocks over that left tackle. Late flag comes in. I think they're going to get the Sailors for a holding call.
Yeah, whenever that flag comes in late from that backside, you always kind of feel like it's going to be a holding. And after a really good run right there, this one's going to come back. Again, spot foul right there. Going to march the Sailors back 10 yards.
And looked like a really good run play there from Vandegrain, negated by a penalty. So setting up a 1st and long. It's been a different attack here for South Christian in the second half, running the ball a lot more. They had 10 yards of rushing offense in that first half, and they have relied heavily on the run game, or at least much more than they did in the first half, looking in the second half here. All right, 1st and 19, 9:21 to go. Speed sweep to the left, pitch to Vandegrain. He's got a couple great blocks on that outside as he gets that sideline across the 50. Pretty much picks up what he lost on that penalty.
And they've had good success with that play, Bryce. I mean, they're doing a really good job on that option. Austin Burgess having a really good timing going to his left and good blocking down the field. And I expect the Sailors to kind of use the clock here when they can, be smart about it, and make sure they get the right play call in as they really need to take some time, go down, and find a way to score here.
9:12 to go, 2nd and 9 now. Nice pickup there by Vandergrind, as he's lined up to Burgess's left on that left hash, short side of the field. Handoff to him. He's going to try to get outside. No, he's going to turn it upfield over his right tackle. Middle of the field across the 50 to about the 46. A little slow to get up, but nice run. Setting up a third and manageable.
Yeah, and a really high tackle right there, and got her up around the helmet and the neck area. I'm glad to see Jesse okay after that tackle. But this is where the Sailors have had success on third down, and they're going to need it again right here.
We've seen a lot of creativity from the offense coordinator, Copeland and company on this down as the Portland faithful on their feet trying to make some noise and make this one as hard as possible as Burgess speed option to his right, pitches it to Vandergrind. Fumbled as that one pops out of Vandergrind's hands. I think it got knocked out of bounds, or at least Vandergrind was able to recover it. Loss of yards, but almost dangerous situation right there for South Christian.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of success running that option play here, and I'm not surprised that Copeland went back to it, but Jesse wasn't able to handle that pitch. Luckily, the ball went up out of bounds. This is going to be a tough call for Danny Brown right here because you're in Portland territory. You could punt it and try to get them inside, maybe the 20, make for a tough drive, or you can be aggressive and go for it here on fourth down. And I think he's going to take some time, possibly even call a timeout right here because he knows how important this decision is.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll either take a timeout or he'll just take the delay of game and give him a little bit more room to punt. Mind you, it's 7:45 and ticking, ball at the 47 of Portland, so you could give yourself a little bit more space here. Nope, Danny Brown's going to take the timeout instead here, as that'll be the first of the second half. Timeout on the field, timeout in the booth. We'll be right back after this here on Michigan Sports Radio.
In your decision to donate blood, more than you know. A few moments of your time sparks moments like these. Hope is in all the moments that matter, and it's in all of us. Schedule your donation today at versity.org.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
All right, folks, welcome back. Decision-making time for South Christian as they come out of the timeout. Looks like they're going to punt this ball away on 4th and 7. Looks more like a 4th and 8, to be honest with you, as Burgess lined up to punt. No one back deep. As it's a fake. Throws it to Owen Burgess, who toe taps on the sideline. Enough for a first down. What a gutsy call, as no one was back deep for Portland, and instead they were ready to play it safe. And Austin Burgess found his open man, his go-to for the first down.
So that's called punt choice right there. We ran a ton last year with Carson Viss. What happens is the quarterback comes back like he's going to deep punt, and he has the choice right there. If the receiver he feels like is open, he does not have to kick the ball and he can throw it. If he's not open, he goes ahead and punt it. It's one of Danny Brown's favorite plays. Great execution for the Sailors. A huge first down.
He took every second of opportunity to make that decision. Sailors back with the ball. Handoff up the middle to Vandergrind. He gets wrapped up and brought down, but not before he could pick up 3. 7:25 to go as the clock ticks away for a second down for South Christian.
Yeah, another really good run by Jesse Vandergrind. He's having a really good second half, and that's what the Sailors need to do. They need to be able to establish that inside run. Danny Brown's going to continue to use the clock to his advantage, try to take their time, get great play calls in. Portland's doing a great job getting the crowd involved, starting to get a little hostile in here right here. This is play of football time.
It's the best. 2nd and 7, 6:57 to go. 3 wide to the left for Burgess. Burgess now a quick screen to that left side to Blacksport as he lowers his shoulder to follow his blockers down to the 30. Flag comes in.
Oh, no. This one might be coming back as a name we haven't called really all night, Blackport, with a key screen. I felt like we had 2 really good blockers with Owen Burgess and Easton Rock on that outside, but the flag came in late. We'll see what the call is.
Another holding on the field. These penalties are just killing the Sailors.
Yeah, I just didn't see that, Bryce. It felt like it was 2 really, really good Really good blocks right there. Obviously, the official disagreed, and now we're up to 60 yards of penalties for the Sailors as they're going to have to move fast here on a second 11 coming up.
Clock should be running, and it's not. I'm not sure why, but 6:48 to go. There he goes. 2nd and 11 now. Burgess drops back to pass. Throws it deep. He's got an open man. Is Vandegrijen. He gets the easy call as he was going up for the catch, and he got popped in the back early. Looked like maybe 1 or 2 flags flew in. That's going to be an easy first down call for South Christian.
I've never seen an easier pass interference call right there. If they missed that one, I think the Sailor sideline would interrupt. And Burgess had some time in the pocket right there, took his time. Again, they liked Vandegrijen on that wheel route. They had time. The ball was in the air, and Portland's defensive back came in way early and hit him before he had opportunity to catch it. Vandegrijen also down again with that cramp. So we got to get him some hydration. He's going to be a key guy for him. We got to keep him on the field any way we can.
Ref now making the call. Pass interference, illegal contact will lead to that first down. So Vandegrijen up back on his feet again. You mentioned he's been pivotal in this second half especially. A couple of nice catches early in the first half. But, man, tell you what, Austin Burgess is playing about as great and as well as he has played or can play in this game, especially with Schiltz out too.
Right, Schiltz out. We haven't talked about too much about Isaac Osterhaven, who's been a very key running back for the Sailors this year. He has a knee injury that's still unsure exactly how serious that is, but he's probably going to be out for a while. And luckily, they're deep. And now you got a chance for Niglitsky to come in here. You also got Blackport and Rock. So still plenty of time and good options for the Sailor offense.
6:07, 1st and 10. Direct QB run to Burgess. He lowers his shoulders, takes a hit, but keeps his legs moving and keeps running forward down to the 20. Really nice run by Austin Burgess there as he's going to pick up 5 on that first down.
And staying in bounds, Bryce. I mean that was a situation where he got hit early at the line, bounced him outside to the boundary, and he could have possibly gone out of bounds, stopped the clock. He's able to stay in bounds, keep that clock running as now it's down to about 5:38. And again, they got to continue to find that aggressive run game to open up the pass game.
2nd and 4 from the 19, 5:30 to go. QB run again is Burgess. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage. Nice pursuit.
Yeah, big 56, Sawyer Goodman right there, the senior, just with a big tackle and not much gain. And here we go, back to 3rd down. We'll see what Kirk Copeland can muster up here. Possible run, maybe go back to the option. Love to see get Owen Burgess on a single side. Maybe can get him on a 5-yard slant. But the Sailors got to continue to be aggressive. This is definitely 4-down territory for them. If they could get close enough, I think they could trust Kerstetter kick the field goal. We have seen him make field goals from the 20s and 30s range. So Danny Brown's got a couple options here.
Yeah, 1 or 2 4-down territory potentially. Maybe try to pick up 3 or 4 here. It's going to be a timeout call for South Christian. (35-27) is your score.
Got some updates for the folks back home. Unity up 29-20 on Holland Christian, and on the other side of the district, a barn burner going on in Battle Creek right now as Grahams Christian just takes the lead 14-13 over Harper Creek. So the winner of this game will play the winner of that game.
How about that? 14-13. That game could
go either way.
And that would be played at Grand Rapids Christian.
Yeah,
right?
I believe so. They would be the home team if they win that game, which that's where the Sailors started their season.
Yeah.
But I think that Grand Rapids Christian team's much improved.
Yep.
They've had a really good year compared to the years before. They got a great quarterback, and it feels like they got some momentum on their side. But big 3rd down here for the Sailors.
Yep, Sailors got to take care of business here. 4:41, 3rd and 5 from the 20. Burgess now, screen pass to Rock. Rock, that ball is right in his hands, and he drops it. Can't make the catch. I don't know, Taylor, if he would have had yards afterwards, but no chance to know as that one was dropped. Going to set up a 4th and 5.
Yeah, I think Portland actually caught a break there. Definitely could have been a taunting penalty on number 3, the defensive back, as that's supposed to be a point of emphasis. when you stand over a player like that after a big hit. But no call there. Go right back to the offense and the drawing board for Kirk Copeland as the clock's going to stop here. Big 4th down. They got to find a way to get this first down and keep Portland's offense off the field.
So Sailors offense will stay on the field. Opportunity to keep this drive alive. Vandergrain lists motion to his left. Burgess looks deep, quick post route. That one's high, tipped. Really no opportunity to make the catch there. And big stop for Portland as they're going to get the ball back with 4:31.
Yeah, just not quite sure. I think that was really good defense. He had Rock on the backside of the end zone, and I think they're trying to get Burgess right there on the post. And Burgess, Austin just kind of sailed it a little bit. A lot of defensive backs going. You're going to watch here Portland. They're going to go back to kind of that speed offense right here. Sailors have been out for a little while. Their defense has got to get set, ready to go, and they got to find a way to get a stop, get the ball back for the offense.
4:31. I believe they have all 3 timeouts as well as they hand it off to Zibitowski. Zibitowski waits patiently as he lets his blocking develop, and he's going to pick up 10 yards, enough for the first down. That's about as good a first down run as you could ask for.
Yeah, there's that bread and butter. Zibitowski on that left side. Van Salkema comes up and makes the tackle, but they got to find a way to stop on the defensive line so those linebackers can get them earlier in the backfield.
Going quickly, 4:11 to go. This time handoff to Myers. Same play, just the other side, other man. He picks up another 5.
Another really good run by Portland. And when they're starting to go a little faster, this is when they're going to try to catch you off guard. When you think they're going run, all of a sudden they'll mix in a pass. So South Christian's got to stay aware, especially on the backside. When you're up 8, you cannot let a receiver get behind you.
3:45 to go. This time sweep to Zibitowski again. Same play we saw on the first down. This time the Sailors were a little better prepared. Zibitowski picks up 2. Gonna set up a 3rd and about 2.
Good job by the big fellas up front. Big 79, Potter and Benjamin Buter, who we've called a lot tonight, with a good stop right there. Big 3rd down coming as we're going to have about a 3rd and 2. And the defensive line is going to be key here. They got to find a way to get pursuit in the backfield.
See what the Raiders come out with as they roll out with their quarterback. Castle tries to dump it off, and that one just over the outstretched arms of Dickerson, and that was pretty well defended by South Christian as Castle rolled to his right and tried to dump it off to his running back, and nowhere to go. Incomplete pass, sent up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, pretty good job by Noah Klump. He was kind of caught in between, but he recognized it late enough where he was still able to make it a really difficult pass as he almost had to float it out into the flats and just out of reach. So here we go, big 4th down, playoff time, 3 minutes to go. Let's see what Portland's got.
Yeah, how about this? Portland's offense stays on the field. 4th and 2, 4th and 3 as Castle drops back to pass. Quick comeback route to Rowe. Rowe, nice open field tackle by Burgess, but Rowe was got enough there to make the catch for the first down, moving the chains.
Great execution right there by Portland. And Owen Burgess kind of gave him a little bit too much of a cushion, as you kind of felt like in that situation, they just wanted to get that first down. Owen Burgess gave them that big cushion. They were able to get that comeback route. Big first down for Portland.
Raiders now line quickly again. Back to Zibitowski. Zibitowski looks left but bounces it back up the middle, more to the right. Pickup of 3 brought down by Blackport, Jones, and Van Salkema. 2:40 to go. Clock is ticking.
Yeah, much better job right there by the Sailor defense, plugging that hole on the left side. Really good job by Zibitowski, recognizing and giving over to the right side for pickup about 5 yards.
A lot of cushion by these Sailor cornerbacks as Castle drops back, looks deep. He's going to throw a deep ball to Burgess. Burgess in great position. No way. Ooh.
I think he did, Bryce.
You think so? Okay.
I think he did. It was kind of one of those passes where he kind of came back. Owen is not able to turn his head. There's a lot of contact deep on that side. I understand why the official made that call right there, and that's going to be a big first down for Portland.
Yeah, it was Castle's looking that way the entire way. He had Rowe lined up to his right on that Portland sideline. It was a little kind of fake and go on the outside, and he beat Burgess and drew the holding penalty, pass interference, however you want to call it, as the Raiders now march forward to about the 41-yard line. 2:21 to go.
You just got to dig deep if the Sailor defense right there. Sometimes those deep passes, you're going to have an opportunity for a penalty right there. You got to dig deep, put it behind you, and focus on the next play.
2:13 to go. Clock is ticking. Zibitowski on the left side. Sailors much more prepared and ready again here as Zibitowski picks up one. He's still on the field. Maybe looks like he's trying to stretch out with some cramps.
Yeah, great tackle right there by Winicky to hold him to a 2-yard gain as we're now getting inside 2 minutes. The pressure's going to pick up a little bit for Portland. I think the pass game's definitely going to be a lot more of an option here.
1:47 now. 2nd and 8 from the 34 in Sailor territory. Pitch to the right to Dickerson. Dickerson lowers his shoulder, and South Christian closes the hole again as he was trying to find a seam and couldn't. Still was able to pick up 2, but going to set up a 3rd and about 5.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a timeout coming here, but good job by Blackport and Vermas trying to hold them right there to a 2-yard gain.
3rd and 5, 1:33 to go. Portland takes their first timeout of the second half here, and I'd imagine to be 4-down territory for the Raiders.
Another key thing to remember, Bryce, is Portland not only needs to score, but then they're also going to need that 2-point conversion. So even if the Sailors are able to get a touchdown, that's not going to be the game. The biggest play of the game will be that 2-point conversion as we're inside 2 minutes. Do or die time. This is when the coaches, they're digging deep into their playbook. They're trying to find that special play that they can have out there to give themselves a better opportunity.
Yeah, we'll see what both coaching staffs come out with. It's a great call out, Taylor. You go deep into your playbook and you pick out the play that you've been saving for moments like this. 3rd and 5 now. Wide receiver line out to the right. Handoff to Dickerson up the middle. Nice hole, nice blocking as he gets submarine at the 25. More than enough for the first down as the seas parted for Dickerson. And the chains move. Clock stops at 1:28.
Tremendous job by the Portland offensive line right there, creating a really good hole. Noah Klump was able to get in there and make the tackle, but not before they got the first down.
Now Castle up the middle, Dickerson. Dickerson bounces it outside as he gets down to the 10. He's got to break one tackle, and he can't before being brought down at the 5-yard line on the other side, close to the Sailors' sideline.
Yeah, big pursuit right there by Cashman and Salkema, and again, just that quick fullback trap right up the middle. They're finding some success right there, but great job by Cashman and Salkema, not giving up, not giving them the touchdown as they're about down to a minute 12 right here, and they're going to need 5 yards to get in the end zone.
First down and goal from the 5. Playbook wide open here, a minute 12. Clock really no longer a factor for Portland, barring any crazy penalties or loss of yards. Raiders have the opportunity to put themselves in a position to go for 2 and tie this ball game. Castle now under center, handoff to Myers on that right side. He powers his way forward down to the 1. Nice pickup by Myers. It's been a heavy dosage of those 3 tailbacks running the ball.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be just short right there, as that's a big tackle for the Sailors. An interesting strategy coming up right here for the Portland coaching staff is we're under a minute. They got to decide if they want to take this all the way down to not give the Sailors any time and opportunity to score at the end of regulation.
Instead, Castle with QB sneak up the middle. The ref saying he's just shy.
Yeah.
About as close as you can be. And I think to your point, Taylor, that's not the worst thing possible. As the clock is now down to 32 seconds, 31 seconds.
And again, I think they're okay with this right now, Bryce. I think they're going to take their time, make sure that South Christian's not able to get the ball right here. But, 20 seconds to go.
This time, Zibikowski on that left side, and plenty of daylight, plenty of running room. Touchdown, Portland.
And like I said earlier, Bryce, this is the game, the next play.
Yep.
It's the next play. They got to find a way to get the 2-point conversion. Portland gets this 2-point conversion, very high chance of going in overtime. The Sailors find a way, dig deep, get a stop right here. They're going to have an opportunity to advance the next week in the playoffs.
How about that? Portland down 2, going 4-2 here, 15 seconds on the clock. This is the game here, folks. Opportunity to send this one to overtime as the Portland coaching staff frantically trying to signal in the timeout. John Navarra wanted to see what the Sailors are coming out with. Instead, he's going to take a quick timeout here.
Yeah, Danny Brown actually took that timeout there, Bryce. And I think both coaches kind of wanted the timeout. They granted it to Danny Brown and South Christian. I think Danny also wanted to see what Portland was going to do on offense, but this is where coaching gets tricky right here. You show something, you call the timeout, but you know that they're not going to go back to that same thing, or will they? You know, and that's
Cat and mouse.
a little cat and mouse game right here going on between two veteran coaches. They've been in this situation a lot of times. Very curious to see what Portland does. You got to think they're going to go back to Zbikowski. They've been having a lot of success on the sweep. It's going to be all about the defensive line for the Sailors. Can they create enough penetration on that line of scrimmage to plug the hole and keep them short of the two-point conversion?
And we'll see here. We'll see what John Navarre comes out with. The 27-year coaching veteran has averaged 10 wins a season over the past couple decades here. So not foreign to this experience here. But, hey, the past does not matter, will not matter in this moment as the Raiders now come up to the line of scrimmage, an opportunity to go for two. 2 wide to the right. Dickerson lined up behind Castle about 4 yards. Castle sends Zbikowski in motion. Rolls out to his right, looks for Castle. He's caught, brought it down for the two-pointer, and it is good. Nice catch, nice play design. I don't know, I thought maybe South Christian was there.
Yeah.
Couldn't make the play.
Gutsy play call right there by the Portland coaching staff in a situation.
Oh, flag.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like this one's going to be declined. The flag is going to be on South Christian. As I was saying, it was a gutsy play call by Portland right there, going with the pass when they've had so much success with the run.
Defensive PI. So either way, Portland would have had a shot at it as they come back and tie this one up at 35 on that two-point conversion. Real nice play design as they sent Zbikowski in motion from that left side over to that right flat, right at about the goal line, and let him go up and get it, and he got it. And that one ties this one up.
Now, the only thing the Sailors really have going for them right here is a kid named Easton Rock. And Easton Rock is a guy who can really make magic happen. And, you know, when you have 15 seconds, you have enough time to get a possibly really good kick return. See if Easton can find a way to maybe get inside that Portland territory so Austin Burgess can make a throw at it and see what you can get. But the game's not over yet. 15 seconds to go. They got to execute. I expect to see probably a squib kick here from Portland. I can't imagine they're going to want to kick it to Eastern Rock, but you got to credit Portland right there. Ton of grit and great score.
Yeah, quite a response there. Repeat 19 play, 80-yard touchdown drive to tie this one up. Zbikowski with the 1-yard touchdown run, capped off by a 2-point conversion catch there to tie this one up 35 apiece. So we'll see what happens here as Rock is lined up deep with Vandegrind. Everyone here in the press box on the Portland side is just pleading for a squib kick, knowing how dangerous number 12 and, quite frankly, number 3 are on the return game. $15 seconds to go. We'll see what Navarra has his kicker, senior kicker Leo Wagner, do here. Low squib kick. That one gets to Rock. Rock is going to field that as he picks it up off the dirt. Now he goes across the 30, bounces it outside to the 40, slides and falls down at about the 40-yard line. 8 seconds on the clock, and
great execution right there by the Portland special teams. The squib kick really gave South Christian problems. He wasn't able to get a clean return right there. With 8 seconds, you're backed up. I mean, if you're going to throw it, you better throw it deep. You better throw it all the way down there. You cannot give Portland any type of situation where an interception.
That's a really interesting call. I wonder if you just take this one to OT. No disrespect to Burgess. I don't know if he can sling it.
Yeah,
63 yards.
Yeah, it'd be a long one. I mean, you got two options. You feel like you're going to take a knee, go to overtime. You're going to try to maybe get a quick 5-6 yard pass, get out of bounds, and then maybe throw the Hail Mary with like 2 or 3 seconds to go in the game.
So they have 4 wide, all their playmakers. Portland has 2 defenders, 2 safeties deep. Sailors 1st and 10 from the 34. Again, 8 seconds to go. As Burgess takes the snap. He's going to throw a deep ball to Owen Burgess, trying to jostle for position. He can't. So that one sails out of bounds. Better defense with 1 second left on the clock. think Sailors trying to make just something happen there, see if they could. But I think it was probably a smart decision by Austin to just keep that one out of reach.
Keep it out of reach, keep it on a sideline, put it in a spot where only your guy can make the catch and possibly get out of bounds. If you would have caught that ball, probably would have ran out in regulation right here. But with 1 second to go, I think you got to be a little smart right here. You can't put them in a situation where they can get the ball in field goal, any type of position to get interception.
It looks like they're going to kneel it instead. So we're going to go to overtime here, folks. 35-35 and an absolute thriller here from Portland. Sailors, Raiders knotted up 35 apiece. We'll be right back for overtime after this on Michigan Sports Radio.
It's bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way.
Weingarts, everything from lawn to snow.
All right, folks. A little bit extra action here. You paid, you get a little more than what you paid for as we're going to go to overtime here. And as we thought we would be back in action here, no, we're actually going to, I guess, do a coin toss. Who gets it first?
Yeah, in the situation right here, they're going to do a coin toss. Usually the team that wins the coin toss will then defer because they want to go second to make sure to see what they have to do.
So in the MHSAA overtime rules, each team gets a possession starting at the opponent's 10-yard line, no game clock whatsoever. Defense intercepts or fumbles a pass, the play is dead and cannot be returned for a score, so no pick sixes here. The game continues into subsequent overtimes if the score is still tied, with the loser of the initial coin toss getting the same options, offense, defense, or end of the field for all subsequent even-numbered periods. Shout out Google's AI overview for that quick description and our sponsor here. So each team will get the ball at the 10.
Hard to tell right now. It looks like Portland won the toss. Referees are not giving any signals yet. Referee also doesn't have a mic down the field, so kind of hard for us to understand.
Yeah.
I'm guessing for the folks, it looks like the Sailors are going to have the ball first on the 10, and then Portland will then get the ball.
All right, folks, here we go. Overtime as we figured out who's gonna get the ball first here, and playoff hopes live and die tonight in this overtime session here from Portland High School. It's been an absolute thriller, a lot of scoring, and both offenses delivered tonight.
And we just found out that Grand Rapids Christian beat Harper Creek, so the winner of this overtime period will play Grand Rapids Christian. Whether or not it's at GRC or at Portland, we will have to wait and see. But, you know, I will say this, Bryce. It's been a great game. Two really good teams. They're staying poised. Portland has all the momentum.
Yeah.
You got to feel like the momentum is on their side. Sailors got to dig deep, find a way right here, get the momentum back, find a way to score, put Portland back on their heels.
All right, so South Christian lined up in their offensive set, 3 wide to the right. And as we will look on the field, the refs really aren't in position. Yeah, so they're still discussing the setup here as well. Sometimes you're a coaching staff, you don't want to get in formation too early to give away anything, and instead Sailors are going to stay in that formation. So again, 3 to the wide side of the right side of the field. Ball lined up in the middle of the field. Vandegrind lined up to Burgess's right. Burgess quarterback design run led by Vandegrind as he gets popped down to the 5.
across the 5 to the 4. Really nice run for Burgess.
Yeah, and good job at Austin hanging on to the ball right there. Really almost a violent tackle right there, and I felt like the ball could have popped out. So a really good gain, 5, possibly 6 yards right there, and it's going to be second down for Kurt Copeland and the Sailor offense.
2nd and 4. Clock is not a factor in the overtime period. Sailors and Burgess barking out orders. This time he's got 3 to his left, other side of the field. Burgess now quarterback design run, follows Vandegrind through that hole, lowers his shoulder down to about the 1-yard line, probably more than that, closer to the goal line. Big 3rd and short here.
Yeah, another really good play and a good job by the offensive line, creating a good hole for Austin Burgess, and puts his head down and gets down to the 1. And again, when you show the quarterback draw back-to-back times, do you go back to the quarterback here, or do you go to Jesse Vandegrind on the handoff?
3rd and 1. Big play here is Sailors still in shotgun. They don't go under center. This time Burgess quarterback design run as he sidesteps into the end zone for a touchdown. Austin Burgess, three runs for him in this overtime. Last one resulting in 6.
Yeah, and great job again by the offensive line. And we know Danny Brown, they love to run that QB draw with the quarterback. And even though Portland kind of knew it was coming, they weren't able to stop it. And I'm telling you, you can't overlook these PATs right here, Bryce. In these overtime, these PATs become huge. You got to have a great snap and a great hold and put this thing through.
Mind you, Portland did have a missed PAT earlier in this game. So we'll see if that comes back. Sailors obviously got to take care of their business here. That one's blocked. That one is blocked. As I say that out loud, Portland got the pressure and got a hand up and blocked it. No good, and that is huge. As Portland will get the ball back from the 10, an opportunity to score and get a point after for themselves.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about right there,
Yeah,
Bryce.
you called it.
It's just you feel like in all these situations, people overlook those PATs, and that's when you need that veteran kicker, that veteran line right there. And it was just a little bit of a low kick, and Portland was able to get a hand on it. So now the Sailors really got to dig deep, and they got to really try to think, man, we got to stop them without scoring a touchdown to not even get to that PAT situation.
Unfortunately, this is where Portland really thrives, picking up a chunk run plays, and all they need is 10 yards here to get into the end zone. All right, I formation, Myers at fullback. Dickerson lined up behind him, handoff to Zibitowski over that right side. He's met by a handful of Sailors at the 8, about maybe the 7.
Yeah, really good job by the Sailor defense right there. And it looks like a Portland man is down with another cramp. Jack Weiss was able to clean that one up, as they're going to have a little stoppage right here for a trainer to come out with a cramp situation. So the defense and the offense will go back to their coaching staffs to really kind of talk about this big second down coming up for Portland.
That's senior Gavin Werner, big offensive lineman. Yeah, what the play call here, last couple drives, let's call it how it is. I mean, Portland's been able to really move at will, been able to do whatever they really wanted to do through a mix of different misdirections.
3 options.
Yeah, 3 options, a tailback, couple pass plays, and really the playbook's wide open here.
Yeah, and, they weren't able to pick up much, but they got about 2 or 3 yards right there, and this is kind of their wheelhouse. This is where Portland's offense really is comfortable, and this is where the Sailors, man, they got to find a way to dig deep and really recognize where the ball is early enough to get a stop.
All right, 2nd and 7 as Warner's been attended to, and he's on the sideline now. Hopefully he is all right. Look like possibly just a cramp there, which is always good news. But 2nd and 7 now, I formation again. A handoff to Dickerson. Dickerson powers his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Caden Dickerson with the big run, and the ever-important point after will take place here. An opportunity for Portland to win this football game.
And like we said earlier, Portland has missed a PAT attempt tonight. But they've also, when they've made it, they've had really nice high kicks. So the Sailors got to do everything they can. They can't jump off sides. They got to find a way to make sure that they can get a hand on the ball. If Portland makes it, they're going to advance.
All right, Danny Brown's going to take a timeout
ice his kicker.
Yeah, and that's a no-brainer right there for Danny. Find a way to, put pressure. Again, these are high school kids, right? They're high school kids, and this is a pressure situation. And no matter how much you've practiced it, you have not practiced it in this situation. So, this is what it comes down to, Bryce. A PAT in a tremendous high school football game, 41-41, and it's going to come down to this.
Winner of tonight's game will face Grand Rapids Christian in the next round of district finals next Friday here. So this is the kick as senior Leo Wagner comes out. Snap, or the snap, Carter White, number 52. The hold will be Max Sanborn, number 3. The Sailors line up on that right side, ready to send the house. Snap is up, kick is up, and it is good. Portland Raiders come back and win in overtime, 42-41. In a heartbreaking defeat for South Christian, as their season will conclude tonight here at Portland High School. Raiders will move on to the district championship, district final next week, Friday. Incredible game here in the first round of the playoffs. Stay tuned. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and be right back after this for the Bob's Collision postgame show here on Michigan Sports Radio.
Surf Fiber Internet, you'll catch all the big plays as they happen. The winning goal, the last-second three-pointer, the walk-off home run, the touchdown that changes everything. You'll see them all. No lag, no throttling, no buffering, no missed highlights. Just blazing fast streaming from start to finish. Whatever sport you love to watch, Surf keeps you connected. Surf Internet, built for game day and every day. Score big today with fiber internet plans starting at just $30 a month, including free Wi-Fi, free installation, all-in pricing, and price lock for life.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Are you having a hard time hearing tonight's game? Hi, I'm Brock Conkle from Michigan Sports Radio, and after putting it off for many years, I decided to contact Miracle Ear and get my hearing tested, and sure enough, had significant hearing loss. The friendly staff at Miracle Ear fitted me with hearing aids, and life is so much more enjoyable being able to hear the things that I've been missing. Go to miracle-ear.com to schedule your free hearing evaluation. There's a location near you.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Bob's Collision postgame show here on Michigan Sports Radio. An absolute thriller tonight as the Portland Raiders, I don't want to say necessarily stormed back, but came back to force an overtime and win in overtime, 42-41. Taylor, you're a coach. You've been through wins, losses, and this is one that you thought, 20 minutes ago, this one was in hand, and you're getting ready for next week, and obviously you're not thinking about that as a player, as a coach, and fan, but you're feeling good about the game, and all of a sudden, things kind of start to flip and start to change, and then you miss a point after a routine play at the end, and this one results in a loss.
Yeah, and I never really felt like it was that much that South Christian did anything wrong. I felt like Portland just played really, really good football, and they didn't give up, and when they needed those big plays, their running game was just very powerful. They had three options, whether it was inside with Dickerson or on the outside, Zabatowski, and Myers, and they just kind of kept going. And again, these are two veteran coaching staffs, two veteran programs. They've been in this situation a lot. the end of the season is really tough, Bryce. It's tough on the players. It's tough on the coaches because it's just you can't prepare for it. It's something that you never think about. You don't think about the next day. You know, Danny Brown and his staff, they don't have plans tomorrow. They don't have plans on Sunday because they expect to continue to be working. So just want to thank all the seniors over at South Christian, the coaching staff, the amount of hours these coaches and players put in from the 4-man workouts in the spring to the preseason work in the fall and to getting in this situation. They felt like they had a really good opportunity to win. It's a great team. I know it didn't end the way they wanted to, but, man, they did a lot of really good things tonight.
They did, and we can talk about all facets of the game, and maybe starting with the offense. I mean, you go through Portland's schedule. They went 9-0, 30-6, 49-12, 35-0, 35-0, 54-7, 54-6, 49-7, 35-7. This is a defense that has held their opponents to an average of 5.5, 6 points week in and week out. Sailors just put up 41. And it's a losing effort, so how much does it really mean? And I'm sure the guys don't feel great about it, but still, you came into an opponent like this is house, and you put on that performance. And Austin Burgess, just talking about him, what a night for the quarterback. He finished with going 14 for 20, 286 yards, 3 touchdowns. Massive first half, but they really had to rely on him. They had 10 rushing yards, and they only finished the game with 82 rushing yards. And so they really had to look to number 5 to take care of business, and he delivered.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you talk about this season Austin Burgess has being able to overcome some adversity, kind of losing his spot a little bit kind of midway through the season. But I also give Danny Brown a lot of credit. They kept him in the fold. They always kept him in the fold, always kept him getting some reps. He stayed mentally ready, and he made some really big plays tonight. I thought Jesse Vandergren made some really big plays tonight. It just kind of comes down to the fact that, man, you never think that if you score 41 on Portland, you're not going to win the game. And our defense has been great all year, but when you play these teams with this difficult run attack, and then they got those 2 huge pass plays, it reminds you of the Unity or the EGR type of games where, you just got to be able to dig down and take away those big plays because you never know when they're coming. So just a tremendous, tremendous playoff football game on a beautiful night. Congrats to Portland, and good luck the rest of the way. But we are definitely feeling for the Sailors, the seniors, as they're taking a moment to pray right now, and especially for all the guys that are hurt. Prayers for those guys. Hopefully those guys can get back and healthy.
Yeah, you mentioned there's be a handful of seniors on this roster, key contributors, as well as guys who support mainly in practice, who this is their last time putting on the navy blue and white for South Christian. And so always a hard experience, and it's part of how sports work. There's often only one winner at the end of the season. Of course, high school, different divisions and whatnot, but it's gonna be one remaining here. And yeah, I think South Christian's going to finish this season with 4-6 record, and compared to other South Christian seasons, you think, that's not really that great. But I think what this team went through, how they had to grind out, fight some adversity, and battle back through injuries and through offensive changes and schematics and all that fun stuff, they kept their head up and made it to the playoffs and gave one of the top teams in the area, a now 10-0 Portland Raider team, an absolute battle.
Yeah, and you never want to look ahead. I mean, they have a lot of youth on this team, a lot of key guys returning, and again, it's just got to fuel that fire for the offseason. It's a long, long offseason, and for the young guys, they got to remember this feeling. You got to take it, you got to store it, put it away, and you got to bring it out on those days that you don't want to go work out, the days that you don't want to go run, that you don't want to get the extra reps in. You got to go back to this feeling and remember how it feels. That's the only way you can really motivate yourself to get better.
22 first downs for Portland, 16 for the South Christian, 457 total for the Raiders offense, 368 total for the Sailors, 275 on the ground for this Raider attack. No turnovers for either team, but penalties did weigh on both teams, 7 for South Christian, 6 for Portland, 6 for 10 on third down for the Sailors, 4 for 10 for the Raiders, 2 for 2 on fourth for Portland, and 1 for 2 for South Christian. Leaders in the categories was, again, Austin Burgess, 14 for 20, 286 for 3 touchdowns. Castle was 9 for 16, 144, a touchdown of his own. Owen Burgess with 8 catches, 132 yards, and a TD.
Dickerson with 23. Excuse me. Let me start that. Austin Burgess with 8 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. Dickerson with 23 carries, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns of his own. Receiving was Jesse Vandegreen, 8 catches for 41 yards for him. So big night for the running back here from Portland. So that's a wrap for South Christian as they will conclude this season. This is probably an inappropriate time to ask this, but is there any part of you as a basketball coach that's just like, please don't, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
I get that question every single day, and the answer is always no, because I want our kids competing. And I say this to everyone I talk to, there's nothing better than sports, there's nothing better than a Friday night, having to compete. I mean, what you get out of competition and stressful situations and playoff situations, it just only helps you as a player, as a person, overcoming adversity. But, you know, as I will move forward eventually, you know, I do hope for the seniors that do play for us on the basketball season that it does fuel their fire. And I know it will me. I love this team. I love this coaching staff, and I love these kids. And hopefully we can have a season that they're really proud of. But, again, I mean, the focus tonight is this is just a tremendous game. It's a game I think that we'll all remember for a really long time. Unfortunately, it's going to sting for one side, and for one side, it's going to be a great memory. But, again, thank you to all the seniors, all the staff, the training staff, the band, the cheerleaders, our administration, everything that goes into having a season. Just thank you, everybody, because it still was a very positive one.
Yeah, very well, very well said. There's a lot to be proud of for this team, and I couldn't have said it better, and I won't try to say it any better at all. So we just want to thank everybody for joining us on a really fun season here covering this team. And it's you mentioned it too, just an amazing coaching staff, the athletic department, which I guess includes yourself as well, fantastic athletic department. So I want to give a special thanks to Coach Brown and his staff for talking with us each week, providing some insights and giving us some details on his team, which makes our broadcast even better. It makes us feel part of the team, which is just incredible. And special thanks to David Kuhl, athletic director over at South Christian. Thank you to Brock Conkle over at Michigan Sports Radio as head producer. Thank you to Todd Scrotenboer and his team giving us the fantastic, incredible, top-notch video productions for each home game. Thank you, Tim Chenoweth, on the stats as well. Thank you to Daniel Novak coming in, supporting us as student broadcasting. Taylor, thanks for joining me all season. Excited for basketball season coming up here in a little bit. Yeah. But, of course, tonight we will reflect and celebrate a great season that was and comes to a conclusion tonight. So, I'm Bryce Sack. Thanks so much for listening all season long. And, hey, I think we'll be back next year for the 2026 campaign, South Christian football, here on Michigan Sports Radio. Everyone have a wonderful, safe weekend. Have a happy Halloween, and we'll see you all next year.